fought for, and it's won. At Brown and Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222, because at Brown and Crouppen, justice is our business.
Hey you, it's Dr. Pryor. If your mouth's been getting more action from late night pizza than it has from a toothbrush, it's time to come see me. At 100 West Dental, we know how to clean up your act and your smile. Whether it's overdue cleanings, a chipped tooth from a wild weekend, or just getting that fresh, I'm definitely not hungover grin, we got you covered. Look, we know you're not shy, so why shy away from getting your teeth right? Book your free consultation at 100westdental.com, and let's give you something to smile about. Because hey, you deserve to be as smooth as Tim's golf swing.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's Private Exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With Private Exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass Private Exclusives because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent, today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
When it comes to coverage, you want the best on and off the field.
Hi, I'm Marvin Burks. I'm the safety on the field, and I trust James Carch and State Farm to be my safety net off the field.
Thanks, Marvin. Whether it's a game-changing tackle or safeguarding your future, we have you covered. Check us out online at carltoninsurance.net.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, HD1 by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
I'm not ready. Doug.
707 in St. Louis. Welcome to the morning.
So you can run point?
I don't like to talk. Oh,
you want to play
it's a
sound?
Tuesday morning for you. We're here on the
chilly in St. Louis.
Well, chilly now, but it's supposed to be gorgeous later today.
It's glorious conditions, and you'll be compressing the ball, but you melted all your clubs?
I melted the clubs. I'm going to play some lawn jarts with them. No more golf for me.
You're retired.
I've given up. I had such a poor round the other day that I've just given up the game, and I'm going to move on to something else, a little less frustrating.
And that's jarts.
Lawn jarts, yeah. It's a wonderful little backyard game where only a smattering of people are killed playing it. So I like my chances.
We had a Strode outing one Sunday afternoon, and my brother had jarts, bags, and washers out. I said, what is this, the Hoosier Olympics?
That's all you need. That's all you need right there.
Yep, that's it.
I never played bags as a kid. I don't think it was even around.
Was it called Carnhole then?
Maybe, but I don't even remember seeing it. I don't know if that's just a recent invention.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
No, we would love to have had bags. We couldn't afford bags.
We
Are
had
you
that
kidding me?
volleyball thing you went hitting around the pole.
Tetherball. We had tetherball.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
It's all we could afford. We were happy to have it. Tell you that much. Yeah, our parents didn't even have that. We were just happy to have any ball, anything that was in a
Now they came up
round
with
shape.
They came up with a game. My niece's husband brought it over one Sunday. You got two poles. You put them in the ground. You put a Coke bottle that's wrapped in like tape on top of the pole. Then you have to throw a frisbee.
Beersby.
At the bottle and try to catch the frisbee and the bottle at the same time.
Best backyard game there is.
That is?
Beersby.
Huh.
It's that and beer dice because it's the perfect beer die. It's the perfect mix of drinking games with just a touch of athleticism.
Oh, we do.
Like you might have to move just a little bit.
Yeah. I've not heard of that one.
Both really fun.
Badminton is fun, but not hardly anybody plays it anymore.
Nice shuttlecock.
Thank you.
Schaefer Door Company text inbox, TMA social media correspondent. He monitors all the places where the listeners, what do you call it, love on us? You like that, love on us?
No, I don't care for it.
It's chilly this morning, Doug. Can you sit on my face and warm me up? That's the guy who works for the show.
Who was it, Tim?
Doug's prison wallet, so he's done now.
Okay, Doug's prison wallet.
Does that mean he's terminated?
He's just suspended a period of 2 days' time. I didn't like his verbiage. I don't like his reaction right out of the gate. So he'll serve a suspension. The last period of 2 days' time. His name, as we speak, is going into the IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com suspension logule.
As a native Southern Californian, bags and washers is straight up Hoosier. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Well, what else are you going to do?
That's why I called it Hoosier Olympics.
It's better than just sitting there, isn't it?
I don't know. I think I'd rather sit there than play bags.
Bags is okay.
I own 2 sets of vintage jarts. Doug, come on over and we can toss and make out. That's from Minute Bowl eligible.
All right.
Listeners are horny this morning.
Minute Bowl eligible.
I like that.
On the suspension list, Minute, M-A-N-U-T-E, Bowl, B-O-L, eligible, L-I-E-L-I-G-M. You've been suspended a period of 2 days' time, and yes, you're joining Doug's prison wallet on the IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com suspension logule.
Get involved on the program. Many are being scolded and suspended, though, for their involvement.
I didn't want to start the day this way.
Yeah, but it sends a message
Here we
early
are.
on.
Yeah.
Callier and Thompson, sponsor of our phone line, 636-9004-TMA. Schaefer Door Company, text inbox 314-881-TMA5. Design Air, sponsor of our email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. JV golf coach in the lead. Coach Steve, the ghost of Gangster Pete's hat, and Brian Henshin, all with wins so far in the month of October. And Doug, great night for St. Louis sports as both the Chiefs and the Royals win last night. What would you like to start with?
Well, I guess the Chiefs, boy, they look awfully good. Mahomes has got his weapons back, some that he didn't seem to have last year.
Yeah,
when they won it all. They won it all anyway. And now he's got a good receiving core. They look awfully good.
Nice.
It's nice to have them as our team.
It's not really a good receiving core, but they're somehow they're
playing well. Yeah. And the Royals are 1A baseball team.
Yep.
They took the Yankees measure, and they're on their way to a date in the World Series, apparently. I'm actually kind of rooting for Detroit since they have that low payroll.
I have to tell you, I don't know how it came to pass yesterday, but I watched that game, and I loved that game. That's my kind of baseball. I know you like offense. I like that scoreless game. Kerry Carpenter, and he goes yard in the 9th inning.
That Scooble was really a good pitcher.
Yeah. Struck out 10 Cardinals back in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that game. All 4 series, Doug, 1-1. How do you do?
I'm fine, thanks.
Now we got a best of 3.
I tend to root for the smaller market or lower payroll teams when they get in the playoffs, if they get in. I don't need to see the Yankees and the Dodgers anymore.
Who are you rooting for out of the Padres and Dodgers? Because that series,
Padres.
Yeah, that series is.
Come on, Schulte. Come on, Schulte. Make some moves.
They're at each other's throats.
They-
Machado's throwing at Dave Roberts.
What has to happen in a baseball game before one player starts throwing the ball at the other team's manager?
I love it.
How bad does it have to go off the rails?
Kansas City sports are straight up cucking St. Louis. That's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen, Craig Paquette.
That's hard to argue with. They are indeed. And we don't like it.
Gabe.
You just sit here with the dunce hat on.
We're on a Davenport?
Feels like it.
Behind a potted plant.
Virgin is Herb's gal coming to homecoming. Remember, your answer will totally dictate what I do in Como over Hoko. You like the rhyme, Doug. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
I didn't care for
I have
it
no
too
idea
much.
what Herb's ex-girlfriend is doing for homecoming.
Why would he ask such a question?
That's a fair question.
That's a good question. His was a bad question.
You going to homecoming?
Haven't decided yet.
No, when are you going to make that announcement? You going to do a balloon party? Right as the puck drops. The Blues and Kraken today, Doug.
Yeah.
I don't really get into the Blues. I cheer for Kansas City teams.
Right. I don't know when I'm going to make that decision. Probably I'll wait till after the Blues game.
Oh,
kind of like the baseball
on your Blues
playoffs.
post-game show?
Yeah, kind of. Oh, actually, yeah. I don't want to like the baseball playoffs. You don't want to like overstage the actual game.
No.
You have a date for homecoming?
We've done this before.
You going
It's
to the
not an
homecoming
actual dance. It's not an actual dance.
Oh, you weren't interested in the sketch?
We've done this before. It's just it's not a dance like high school.
No.
Sounds like Warson Woods Wacko wants to take Herb's ex as his date.
Yeah, I guess
You'll have to talk to her. I have
she's
no
available.
idea.
She's on the market?
I have no idea. But I have not decided if I'm going to go yet.
I guess it's homecoming season. There's all these pictures on Facebook with their kids in their tuxedos.
Facebook grievances. We could get this sponsored.
Yeah, it is
Pictures
homecoming
of
season.
Homecoming.
Yeah. Yeah.
They all look pretty in their dresses and their tuxedos. And
You ever go to Brentwood homecoming?
yeah, and I go to all of them, but I don't know, one or two.
Okay.
I was up for King one year. I got beat.
You're up for King of Brentwood.
King and Queen, and we got beat.
You feel like you were robbed?
I got beat by Keith Kornfeld and Shelley Steinecker.
Yeah. That was tough competition.
Well, Keith was a stud.
Yeah.
And Shelley was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. How did you get in as a King candidate?
I don't know, voted, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
True story. Last night at Raw, the ring announcer advertised a new Cardinals wrestling strap and mentioned them winning their next World Series, and the fats in the audience booed and laughed at her. Classic. That's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Webster Groves. Doug, what reaction did that get?
I was not watching.
There. We were there.
I wasn't there.
Show prep.
Our friend Liv Maddox was there.
Was she?
Oh, she talked about it Friday.
Yeah,
when
she's
Tim
a
was
big
out.
fan. She's a big fan.
Said she's looking forward to going. She's a big wrestling fan.
I guess the building was packed. Of course it was. 19,000 people.
You answered your own question.
Completely hoodwinked by what they were watching.
What if they just love the theatrics? Like they know it's fake, but they like the goofiness of it.
If it wasn't just geared to like an 8 or 9 year old intellect, maybe it would be something. But the overreacting is just horrendous. It's just so silly.
Was The Rock in the attendance?
I don't know.
This is his town.
Yeah, he could have gone by the Battlehawks practice facility.
He's put a lot of
He owns
jack
our
into
team.
this city.
Yeah. Well, I guess he has maybe.
Well, it's not even wrestling anymore. It's the popular ones are the ones that are good on the mic. I mean, that's the interesting part of wrestling.
But they're only as good as the scripts allow them to be, right?
Well, I assume
That's
when
how,
they
like,
come
these
out,
5 foot-
some of it's ad lib. They probably have a general
Sure.
idea what they're going to get to.
Right, but that's how like some of these 5'5" guys beat Andre the Giant looking dudes, right? It's because of the script.
Oh, well, of course. Yeah.
If not, they would be ripped in half.
Yeah, but if you're talking about just the trash talking that goes on,
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of that is ad lib. It's just how well can you.
And there's guys who sell it better than
Yeah,
others.
yeah.
Like John Cena's probably like one of the better people to sell it.
Oh, yeah.
I would
I'm
have
sure
to
that's how
think.
they get in. That's how they decide who makes it in that business and who doesn't. Is
Right.
how well you are trash talking other people.
Was The Rock there?
I don't know.
TMA5. I was asking the listeners.
I don't think he was there.
Text in. Oh, you went?
I didn't go, but Rock's kind of on the SmackDown brand right now.
Rock's kind of on the... Oh, I see. Got it. Because he reappeared.
Yeah, he was there Friday to confront Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Well, they both needed it.
What's the difference between SmackDown and Raw? Pardon my ignorance.
Wow. Hello.
I can't do this.
I can't either.
Just different wrestlers.
Yeah, different roster.
Is it like the ALNL junior circuit?
Yeah, it's junior circuit.
That's apt.
Got it. Okay.
Virgin, you can stay in my suite at the Como Ritz-Carlton, a.k.a. the Drury East. You have to bring your gal, though. My wife and I like to watch. That's from the Warsaw Woods Wacko.
Boy, that's creepy.
Would you do that for a free
Absolutely
hotel?
not.
Yeah. So you're out.
Well, I have a buddy who lives in Columbia, so...
He likes to watch.
No, not to my knowledge.
Why do you only stay at places where people want to watch?
I don't. I stay with my friend instead of paying...
So weird.
Whatever.
Now you're kink shaming right there. You did.
Instead of paying like $700 for a hotel room, I can just stay for free at my buddy's place.
But he's going to watch.
I hope not.
I'll be with your wife and you can watch.
Clip it off.
I'm not going to bring anybody.
Oh. You talking to Jackson?
No.
Recovering alcoholic?
You thought that was a recovering alcoholic, but it wasn't.
Oh.
I do not blame you, though, for mistaking.
Yeah.
They're running a similar offense like Pat McAfee and whatever his name is, Morgan Wallen.
Good morning. WWE having major success in St. Louis tells you all you need to know about the average IQ here. That's from Sex, and he's not high on the area right now.
I would agree with that. I mean, it's mostly Hoosiers, but...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I used to enjoy wrestling. I think I'm fairly smart, not a Hoosier.
I think you're a little Hoosier.
I feel like everyone 10 years older than me loved wrestling growing up. Like if you're in your early 30s right now, you loved wrestling to a certain extent.
I don't know. It's been pretty big for a while now.
It's going to be a slobber knocker.
I'll come in and we both wake up to pee. You can watch me masturbate myself back to sleep.
Okay, that's enough!
That's from our Milagro Tequila Listener of the Year, though. That's Chairman Steve.
Chairman Steve, you just got yourself suspended. A period of 2 days' time, and your name, as we speak, is going into the IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com suspension log. You'll know, I don't think it does feel very good. It's designed not to.
How does that work?
Like, how does it work?
Don't ask questions about that.
I mean, I very rarely do I have to get up in the middle of the night and pee. Thank God, even at my age, I don't have to. But when I do,
Is
I don't...
that a humble brag?
No, I'm just happy that I'm not one of those people who have to get up 3 times a night to pee.
Okay.
But, I mean, even when I do, I don't go to the bathroom and go, yeah, I think I'm going to whack it while I'm here.
Okay.
And then go back to bed. I mean, you just go back to bed. Don't you?
Kink shaming a little bit.
I don't think it's a kink.
Reloaded.
It's just stupid. Are you that horny after you slept?
Man, come on.
I don't know. I don't get it.
All this with the Royals having postseason success?
Yeah, exactly. That was unbelievable. Juan Soto nearly went yard. And what about the play by Bobby Witt to get that, was that a 6-4-3 on Giancarlo Stanton, stopping the rally?
No. He's got to be one of the top 3 players in the league right now.
That's right.
Ohtani, Judge, and Witt. Those are your 3 best players?
Yeah, Bryce Harper maybe.
Yeah.
I think of guys just left in the playoffs right now.
He'd be
I
top.
want to get back to Steve beating off.
5 or 6.
And Bill Reloaded says, I could have gone apple picking down in Lewisburg and cider.
Yeah. I don't drink enough cider to make me happy.
I don't really
You don't
like
see it very often.
I don't really like it.
And the guy that said that's in your backyard, I guess he doesn't listen.
It's the kind of thing you get at Eckert's. You ever go pumpkin or peach picking or apple picking at Eckert's?
No, maybe I like as a kid.
It's not a thing you do as a single guy.
No.
Once you get married or have little kids, now all of a sudden you like to go peach picking.
Yeah, I could see myself liking it, but...
It's a nice afternoon. You drive around on the tractor and get out, pick some peaches, get back in the tractor.
It definitely seems like something you do when you have kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what this means from Chairman Steve. I think I should be patrolled for this text in response to the question. I look at my phone and then it's over, can't get back to sleep, so I take care of myself to go back to sleep. That's our Milagro Tequila Listener of the Year, Chairman Steve Wildwood.
Now we're going to have people texting and telling us how they sleep.
Well, it seems
That's the show today.
Seems to me like he doesn't want to crank it; he needs to crank it.
Yeah, there's a need thing. It's a need-based thing, like water and
Yeah.
breath.
Like McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that puts you back to sleep. If that was the case in the afternoons, I'd be taking a lot of naps.
Oh, gosh.
Different strokes, different folks, quite literally.
Oh, brother.
Speaking of safe Charles fatties, some of them might be able to outrun Stanton on the base paths. That's from Doug's Prison Wallet. Doug, he's surprised by how slow Giancarlo Stanton is getting down.
Aren't you glad the Cardinals didn't spend $35 million a year on him?
Well, it wasn't really their choice.
It's tough to judge, or say someone's really slow running the base paths when we had Yadier Molina in St. Louis for 15 years.
Right.
We don't know how slow he was. He just didn't run. He just.
There's sometimes he would
was
run.
pretty slow. And his brothers were even slower. You ever see video of them running?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's funny. They were so slow, it was funny.
Well, yeah, like Yadi, not running out like a ground ball or something is one thing, but when he would be on second trying to score on a base hit, he would really be trying, and it was not fast.
You just couldn't pick him up and lay him down.
No.
Guys, how's Jackson doing now that Mizzou is done and hockey is starting today? I'm concerned about him. That's from the Hunchback of Vaughan Castle. Jackson, how are you doing?
First of all, just by pure mathematics, Mizzou is not done.
There you go, Doug.
Just by, obviously, with what we saw on
I was listening to the
Saturday.
Colonel's podcast. I was coming in.
Yeah.
You boys heard me as I walked in for the show prep meeting. And Colonel said it's more likely they go 8-4 than 10-2. That's what the Colonel is.
Would agree with that,
gosh,
but just by mathematics, they are still alive.
Basketball starts in 2 weeks.
And that, yeah. So with
Coming
hockey,
off a big year.
with hockey season comes hoops, just all hoops, Mizzou and otherwise. So I'll be all right.
And the Battlehawks are only 4 months away.
Right. Real football starts in January.
And Slew got Robbie Avila in the first preseason game. He got hurt.
Yeah, it's tough for him, but they'll be all right. I like Josh Scherr.
He's supposed to be ready, I think, for the start of the season.
Hope so.
But he twisted his ankle, high ankle sprain or something. Of course, wouldn't you know it?
Don't give up.
Yeah, it's all right.
Still have friends. Is that Bird York?
I don't know who it was.
I think it's Bird York. She also did In the Deep on 2004. It was 2005's Best Picture Crash. And Jackson's mad that Brokeback Mountain didn't win.
Correct.
You were upset by that?
Yeah, I didn't think Ludacris deserved it.
Not in real times, considering I was 7, but since going back and watching both films, yeah, they messed that one.
Don't say films.
They probably wish they had that one back.
Why?
One is considerably better than the other.
Well, that's your opinion.
Fair.
You didn't go
Fair.
see Joke over the weekend, did you?
No, not watching that mess.
I wanted to go for it, and there were nothing but terrible reviews.
Yeah, it's going to cost Warner Brothers about $150 million.
What happened?
It's bad. They didn't market it. They weren't marketing it as a musical, even though it's definitely a musical.
It's a musical.
Correct.
Oh, boy.
But going insane?
Yeah, and it's apparently just 2.5 hours of really tough to watch scenes, and then kind of just a pretty grim ending. And yeah, people aren't into it. They don't necessarily need it. I didn't really like the first one, so I was never going to see it.
Too.
I didn't really like it, so yeah, it's an absolute flop.
She'll probably get an Academy Award for music, I would think.
Nope.
There's not even a song in there.
They're intentional. They're having her intentionally sing bad. That's the other thing is they get Lady Gaga in this movie and they sing poorly in it, like on purpose.
Why would they do that?
Good question. Maybe Todd Phillips wasn't always cracked up to be the first time around.
Huh. I tend to like movies that are based on something that really happened. I think they're more interesting.
I find when someone can create a world and stories out of nothing, I find that more impressive, more interesting to me. But different strokes, different folks. Some people like things, some people don't like other things.
I prefer acts of heroism that actually happened and not made up. We can all make up stuff.
But see, you can like that and not disparage the other thing.
Well, I'm not disparaging. I'm just saying that's what I prefer.
All right. Well, then we're in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
I like that quarter zip.
Yeah, you're a bad boy in that. Sky blue matching your eyes.
When did you wear that last, Doug?
I don't
Did you have it on last Tuesday?
Nice.
I'm trying to put out a zaddy vibe.
Yeah, success.
Okay.
This is hot. Yeah, I guess this is what we got to do until the Battlehawks start. I've just flirt with each other.
Oh.
You guys ever listen to that TMA?
I wore my XFL hat.
They all banged this morning.
Yeah.
Although it's not called the XFL anymore, I don't think, is it?
Right, but it's a classic. It's a 7 o'clock hour. It's online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Jamie Burkhardt and Peter Munganess, wonderful gentlemen. If you're looking for a new car, pre-owned car, go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. Need to get your car serviced? You can do the same thing, and then you work with Ryan Seiberg in the service department. They have a number set up specific for our listeners, and that number is the following: 314-252-0029. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Online at stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. Official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Presenting sponsor, Balloon Party, and a friend of the feather in general. stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour. Doug, we have phone line sponsors, and we're going to let ladies like the Baldwin Beer Bitch call in. She's our defending Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month, 636-9004-TMA. Tell me about Collier & Thompson.
Well, Collier & Thompson wants to help you make a great investment in your home. How do you do that? You fix it up. You get it redone. Collier & Thompson does kitchens, bathrooms, basement, wine rooms, man caves, bars, accent rooms, fireplace walls, offices, you name it. They'll take out a wall on your lower floor and open things up. They can handle anything in your house, and they do it better than anyone in town. Collier & Thompson is your go-to source for every design consideration. They carry the best cabinets, appliances, countertops in the business. When Collier & Thompson walks away from a job, you will be super happy and have a remodel that lasts a lifetime, and your house will be worth more. Service and quality is their number one priority. If something isn't quite right, maybe even just a door is off a hinge, Matthew, the service manager and appliance installer, will get back out there and help. Collier & Thompson never cuts corners when you get a job with them. You know, there's a lot of questionable contractors out there, not with Collier & Thompson. They have been around since the 1950s. Their employees have more than 160 years of experience. They have been around. People in St. Louis know them, and they know that's where you want to go when you want your home to look the best. Collier & Thompson is on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House, AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau, Torch Award winner for ethics from the Better Business Bureau. It's just a place to go if you want your house to look its absolute best. Collier & Thompson, come home to quality online at collierandthompson.com.
You are welcome to send in a take, and if you do, Doug puts on mittens, and those are brought to you by the EDF Group. Now he's slipping them on right now, Jackie Papers. He's slipping them on right now. Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor at TMA? It's real simple. They have a fire extinguisher where you work. The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hide and will prevent your facility from having hide fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at theedfgroup.com. Send your emails in. Design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day comes your way. I'd say about 9:50. And then Jackson and I go down the hallway, and we'll battle through it.
Sure you will.
Jackson has a NHL season preview show as the puck will drop on 101 ESPN at 3:30. Blues and Kraken, Doug. If you want to take the Blues, the Kraken are minus 140 on the money line.
I'll take the Blues.
Nice.
I think they'll get off to a fast start.
Nice.
Yeah. This year's going to be different. We're going to skate up and down our wings. We're going to make tape-to-tape passes.
Skate, boys, skate.
I'll take the Kraken for a milkshake.
You son of a sack ass. You're going to bet against our club?
Just for a milkshake.
I think I still owe you a milkshake from that golf bet.
You do, but...
Where do you get a milkshake around here?
I don't know. Go double or nothing.
Okay.
There it is.
All right.
He's a stick, huh?
Hey, Tim, can you read my text? I went to St. Louis U High. That's from Jonathan.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
We'll be breaking down each line for the 4 segments of Balloon Party today. We'll go line by line.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about ceilings and floors.
Which line do you like the best?
The second one.
Second line.
Yeah, second line. Okay. So some people said it should be the top line, but not us.
Think. No.
That's why our show is so provocative.
Mm-hmm.
He's in his 20s. They still live in a fantasy land. Let him be. Reality strikes at about 35, and then you realize this is about as good as it's going to get. Then you get rid of your kids, and you are back at it and can live a dream. Then you have grandkids, and if your wife doesn't see them for a week, you have to drop everything and see the damn grandkids. Doug got Stephen Wildwood laying it out. Yeah. I don't know who he's laying it out for. Maybe Jackson, I guess, or Sweet Kai, or Herb.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of truth to that text.
Jackson, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
That means you still have 9 years of glory.
Mm-hmm. Thought I had a lot more.
Nope.
No, that's about it.
Well, I guess then you take each punch as they come, and you roll with it.
You've pretty much lived through the fun stuff, through the high school and the college and the bar years right after college. Now you're starting to settle down, and it's all going to be over for you at 35.
Wow.
All the fun.
I think I feel like I'll age with grace.
Do you?
Maybe.
Okay.
Did he say you get divorced, have fun, and then you don't want to spend time with your grandkids?
Get rid of your kids. I took as they turn 18 and go to college.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love kids. I love my nieces and nephews, but the good thing is I can play with them. When they cry, I give them back.
Right.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Pale. Let's do a screenplay. Coke. Sex. Find God. Meet a church girl who loves anal.
Oh.
Let's pitch that to the big three. Personally hoping HBO picks us up. Think Sopranos meets This Is Us meets Fear and Loathing. It's from the recovering alcoholic, Doug. He's pitching scripts.
For this show?
No.
For his own show?
I guess he's got a screenplay.
Seems like an autobiography kind of thing.
Jackson, have you ever thought about writing a screenplay as big a cinephile as
Yeah,
you
what
are?
about that?
I read a book on it once. On like.
So you're going to write one?
No, it's.
Do it on Balloon Party.
No, it's tough, and everybody and their mother wants to do it. So it's the thousands. I read a book on it. Tried like half of it. It was not for me.
Well, so many people trying. It's amazing some of the garbage that actually gets made.
That's more on the studios than the writers.
Yeah. To think that a bunch of high-paid executives sit around and agree to some of these movie plots and some of these scripts is really stunning.
The writer's strike really did a number on the whole entertainment industry because now they kind of have to make stuff with built-in audiences already. Otherwise,
interesting.
Otherwise, they really want. I mean, that's why. They remade Twisters already this year.
They're not on strike now, are they?
No,
They
but
settled down
we're
a while
still
ago.
feeling the ramifications of it. Everything that would have been in production at the time of the strike would be coming out about now, and so you're getting. I mean, House of the Dragon felt it. A ton of shows felt it, and movies too.
Outlander, which should have been out beginning of summer, is still in production because of the writer's strike.
Messes with production schedule.
Well, that's why you should have stepped up and filled the void there.
Oh, I'm no
Was it gonna be
scab.
a scab?
Yeah, I'm no scab.
No, but you're a scribe.
Now you're talking.
Scabs and scribes.
You ever been a scab?
No, I never have. And that was my union on strike out there.
Never really had the
Sorry,
opportunity to be a scab.
It's not fun.
Hey, Dawson's Creek! Time to give up on your dreams and fulfill your destiny and sell cable packages at Costco. Big tough.
It's almost what I did before this program.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's a tough gig.
Ooh.
You see them standing there by the booth and you try to avoid eye contact and they come at you anyway.
And if you want to eat, you better sell.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
commission.
And you have to come up with excuses why you don't want their product.
Almost seems like a scheme.
And you feel bad for them because you know they're trying their hearts out to make a living.
Yeah, but you're
You
not
don't
going to
wanna
go
be
buy
rude.
new internet while you're just trying to shop for
No.
mixed nuts.
That's
Mixed nuts.
That's what makes it so uncomfortable.
Right.
This is awesome. I could listen to Dawson's Creek talk film all day. That's from Little Judy Suckins.
I don't know if that was genuine.
I'll go outside, knock him off his bike, and have a conversation.
I think
That's Tribbins.
you're
This is
thinking-
Suckins.
Little Judy Suckins. Where's the petite gentleman?
I liked him.
When was the last time he texted him? If not, I'm going to sign that to somebody else.
Do you like your gentleman petite?
No, I like him tall, like Mark Hanna.
Oh, do you?
Has Jackson watched The Substance yet? Thanks. That's from Ryan with an R. Doug, the listeners want to hear Jackson's cinema opinions.
I have. It's really good. It's the new.
And that's Demi Moore, and she
Qualley.
has people coming out of her body.
Correct. Mark
Oh,
Qualley comes
Lord.
out of her
Yeah,
back.
Doug, gotta watch it.
I would
See
not.
what I mean about stupid ass plots?
I think this one's actually quite good, but
Little Judy Suckins is
it's,
going to be
it's really
activated.
good. But if you're like, and I don't like this stuff either, like body horror stuff, like kind of gross,
Body horror.
like Saw. Saw is body horror.
Doug, have you seen Saw?
But
There's
Saw's
a little guy on a trike, like little Tommy Tribbett.
Saw is more like torture porn. This is just like
Torture porn.
This is just kind of like it's really good. But if your like stomach is a little uneasy, I would not recommend it.
Like you can start vomiting, like the vomit comet?
Not vomiting, but you'll be like, ugh, I don't want to look at that. There's a couple times where I was like, I don't need to.
On
see that.
Saw or The Substance?
The Substance. Saw I won't watch.
You've watched it, but
I've
you
watched
didn't like it.
I can't. Torture
You watched
porn.
it with Herb and why?
No, I feel like every kid in like their teenage years, like at a sleepover, like when you're 12 or 13, you end up watching Saw or The Conjuring or something scary, and I would much rather watch like a really creepy like demon movie or stalker or serial killer movie.
You like stalker
well,
movies.
if I'm talking horror movies, over like body horror and torture porn.
Body horror.
Like Hostel is torture porn, Saw is torture porn, and body horror. It's nasty. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah, the littlest things gross me out. And it's always while I'm watching eating and it comes on. Like Spartacus, I don't mind killing. But in Spartacus, they would like...
You like the killing people.
And I know it's fake, but it would like slash him in the stomach, and all of his entrails would come out. And
Oh,
his
sure.
intestines would come flying out.
Wonderful movie making.
Yeah, it's fake, but it's gross. I can't stomach it.
Yeah. It's just exceedingly violent. And I think it does have an effect on our culture. It doesn't affect 99% of the people, but 1% of the people is still a large number in this country. And when they continue to come up with movies like that violent crap, you see what happens. We have a violent country.
What about the fact that those movies come out all across the world?
Well, it affects everybody. It's not a good thing to constantly be watching violence. It just isn't. It desensitizes you to it, in a way.
Margaret Qualley reminds me of my ex who used to eat my ass higher than a kite. She ate my starfish till the cows came home, and it never got old. That's from the recovering alcoholics from Bill Webster Groves. So he was going out with Margaret Qualley. Look at him.
I don't even know who that is.
Daughter of Andy McDowell.
She's in The Substance. She's in that movie with Demi Moore. She's really good.
And she emerges from her body.
It's true.
Oh,
Comes out of her back.
sounds great. Sounds like she came right out of her back.
Didn't that happen with Sigourney Weaver?
Some came out of her stomach.
That was like an alien.
Yeah.
Margaret Qualley's playing an alien.
Okay.
Kind of.
How about that, Doug?
In a weird way.
Let's watch it. Come on over tonight.
I'm not
I
gonna
truly
watch that
like
nonsense.
it. I think it's just not for everybody. I didn't think it was going to be for me because I don't like that stuff, but it ended up being really good.
Is it streaming anywhere, or is it still in the theater?
No, it's still in the theaters.
I'll wait till it comes on Netflix.
Yeah, we're not paying.
Just cycled on. You guys talking Human Centipede? Thanks. That's from Flip Wilson.
Yeah, that's another body horror gross.
You've seen it?
Yeah, that's another.
And that's
one.
where gentlemen eat fecal matter?
I think there's a woman in there too, but yeah,
That's what they're eating?
that movie is deranged.
Come on over and watch
And
that.
again, the executive
No,
sat
that-
around and said,
trust
yeah,
me.
good idea. Let's go with it. Let's
First of
spend
all, that
$100
was
million.
that was a small budget indie movie. That was not a $100 million budget movie. That movie's gross. That I won't defend. That's gross. That I'm not into that. Sewing each other's mouths to anuses.
Oh,
Cut that off.
God, what kind of twisted mind comes up with that?
Yeah.
And then goes ahead and makes the movie.
I don't disagree with you. It's really messed up.
But I'm
It's
sure
just-
it grows pretty well.
Probably on VOD. It probably killed on.
Don't say VOD.
Video on
Don't say
demand.
that.
Yeah, it's movies like that often do.
It's just designed to shock people. That's it.
Yeah, in a
Just
way.
designed, look at us. Look what we can think of.
Yeah, everyone wants to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you shoot and you miss, and sometimes you shoot and you score.
I don't know that sewing a mouth to an anus could be described as reinventing the wheel.
No
It's
one did it
it's just
before.
sick is all it. Call it out for what it is. It's just sick.
I didn't.
and depraved.
I think I've been very adamant. I did not like it. I don't think it's good. I think it's gross. And they made a second one, so it's
Oh,
even worse.
God.
Oh, is that right? Human Centipede Part 2, the remix?
I think the Centipede got longer.
Ooh.
God.
Yeah, it's gross. No, Doug, I'm with you on this one. You're not going to get me. I'm not
All
going
right.
to put on my Siskel and Ebert hat for that
don't.
one.
You don't have to like.
Thumbs down.
You don't have to like something or even respect it just because it was made.
Can I please get Herb's phone number so that I can find out his ex's plans for Como next week? And that's from the Warsaw.
This is getting just a touch creepy. Just a touch. Not too much.
And Herb will be there, but his ex will not? And he's well hung? That's the whole deal here? So you're sending it. Jackson has grabbed his phone to send it.
He's going to
KG
make it
sent
happen
it.
right now.
No, I will not be sending anyone's. I don't even have her number. She's not. It's Herb's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And they broke up. Why?
I don't know.
What's
It was
wrong
in
with
college they
What's
broke
wrong with
up.
Herb?
Herb's great. Herb's had a longtime girlfriend now. They're living in New York. Shout out to Herb. He'll probably listen to this
He's
later
in Staten
today.
Island, right?
Hell's Kitchen.
Nice.
And
Doug used to go to a bar there called the Snug, but did it shut down in 2019?
Hell, I don't know.
Herb, whenever you hear this later today, how are you, buddy?
Is Herb
He
the guy
doffed
who-
your cap.
Yeah.
Did he wear that shirt that was 3 shades of brown?
Correct. And,
That was
then he gave it to Plowsy like it's an NFL
Oh, did
jersey
he?
swap.
Yeah. And now we moved to Hell's Kitchen. Why is it called Hell's Kitchen? Is it a particularly nasty area of New
No,
York?
it's really nice. It's
a lot of Irish live in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, that's why I felt comfortable going to the Snug.
I've looked it up before why they call it Hell's Kitchen. I can't remember why, but it's a nice area. It's kind of in between like that downtown and Central Park area.
Wacko's very creepy, possibly Ken level horny. And from prior calls, it seems like he takes the strap. That's from Tervis Parrish.
Gosh.
I'm not horny. Not today.
Doug, as you can imagine, they were not happy on the Paul Feinbaum show yesterday
Yeah.
with Alabama losing to Vanderbilt. Jackson, do we have a caller from the Feinbaum program? Is that what you got in here?
Yeah, I guess his name is Legend. I guess he's kind of a famous Feinbaum caller, big Alabama
kind
guy.
of like Jackie on our program,
right?
Sans Holes.
Right. That's a good. It's an apt comparison. Here we go.
Hit the labor, please.
Paul, I'm in sports hell, brother. I'm in sports hell. I never thought I would utter these words. Vandy is my daddy. Can you believe that? Vandy is my daddy. Do you hear that, Coach DeBoer? That don't piss you off, dude? It pisses me off. It pisses me off, Coach DeBoer. You've been here 4 weeks, and you already lost to Vandy. Strike friggin' one, dude. Strike friggin' one. You might get away with that in Washington, but down here in Alabama, we don't play that. We'll send a U-Haul to your ass if you lose to South Carolina. This is equivalent to coming home and finding your wife in bed with the neighbor. This is what this is equivalent to, Paul. And I'll say this for this. Me and K-Dub both agree. You could never trust her again. You might stay with her for the kids' sake, but you could never trust the woman again. And the same thing's true with Coach DeBoer. You can win a natty. We can't trust your ass now.
No.
He's out.
Gosh.
It's over. No matter what. They can win a national championship, but he is untrustworthy because he's sleeping with a neighbor.
Right. And it's all about how this guy feels about his football team.
Legend.
That's the most important thing.
Well, it's not, because fortunately Paul Feinbaum and Stephen A. Smith gave their takes, Doug. See if you agree.
Like to hear him, sure.
Little room for error as you look at this schedule here. And that's why this was so debilitating and quite frankly, pathetic and embarrassing. I mean, this is the same school that beat Georgia a week ago and lost to a school that lost to Georgia Southern.
Paul Feinbaum, I'm ashamed. You will not hear the words "Roll Tide" in an affectionate manner from me for the rest of this season.
No,
brother. It was an embarrassment. It was disgusting. Those players should have bags over their heads walking around campus all week long. They should be ashamed of their damn selves.
Nice. Well, how disrespectful toward Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's just grifting.
It's just grifting.
Well, Saban did the same on the pregame show, saying the only place that people aren't worried about playing is Vanderbilt.
Well,
I wonder if they saw that before the game.
Jump up and bite you sometime.
That was on McAfee a few weeks prior.
Oh, I thought it was.
That was not in game day. No. McAfee.
But hell, they's on scholarship too.
No doubt. No,
Sure
they also lost to Georgia State, not Georgia Southern. Mr. Feinbaum.
Vanderbilt probably has a sprinkling of players that could play for Alabama. They probably have a few.
Did you see that kid Moore? I think he's a safety or cornerback.
Oh, kicked the ball?
He did more than that. He kicked the ball, and then he took the quarterback and put an elbow into his neck when he was already down, and then the coach was trying to take him out of the game, and he told the coach, "Get out of here, I'm not going anywhere." If that would have been Saban, that happened to Saban would have walked out there and grabbed him by the neck and thrown him on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He's dictating when he's going to play and when he's not going to play. Maybe it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, that may have something to do with why he lost control of the team there on that day, anyway. Did we ever talk about the Texas A&M player who turned and pushed the referee and didn't get a penalty for that?
That was intriguing.
That was, yeah.
You ever seen that happen? I'm just going to push the ref and nothing's going to happen to me.
And it didn't look like, and it's obviously hard to tell because we're on a helmet, but like it didn't seem like he was like apologizing to him, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're the wrong person I went to push." He just kept yelling at everybody, and the ref he didn't even reach for a flag.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was odd.
That's one of the most obvious penalties I've seen all year.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't know if it was a ref at first, doesn't matter.
You can't make contact with the ref.
No. They have it in for us.
Don't give up.
The fix was in.
You still have friends. That's Kate Bush, actually.
Was it really?
Running became popular with Stranger Things. Running up the hill, right?
I'm running up the hill.
Yeah. That's
down the hill.
The last season. It plays a critical part in that plot.
Kate Bush, classic 1980s. Do you think Chapel Roan is channeling Kate Bush? 636-9004 TMA.
I feel there's a lot of influence there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I find myself unprepared for this conversation as I don't know who you're talking about.
Chapel Roan? Midwest Princess.
No, I don't know who that is.
Isn't it Woody Allen's son?
Again, I don't know. Woody Allen has a son?
I think so.
Yep. Who is a lady from Springfield, Missouri.
You see, Woody Allen and Bruce Springsteen now look like doppelgangers. They look exactly alike.
I haven't seen Woody Allen in a while.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Is he doing
Well, he
Nation
kind of
2 somewhere?
disappeared after the little pedophilia thing.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He's been completely out of this. He was a major star there for a while.
After he married his stepdaughter?
Someone was extremely young, right?
Well, I don't know how old his stepdaughter was when he married her.
He was a big star for a while.
But he's done a lot of movies since then.
Like what?
He's made a couple movies in
Like
the past
what?
10 years.
Are they good or bad?
I haven't seen most of them. I guess Midnight in Paris would be like his last big one.
He was an A-lister there for a while.
Mm-hmm. Kind of
Not
late
anymore.
70s, early 80s, kind
Mhm.
of one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, turned out he was so weird. People just said, that's enough of Woody Allen.
And then his kid did a documentary on that, and then he did a documentary on Weinstein, which broke everything. He's become quite the journalist. Rowan, I think, is his last name.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Springfield, Missouri's Chapel Roan.
Correct.
Who's
Or Johnny Johnson.
topping the charts as we speak.
What's that song you performed on Balloon Party? I just done?
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
What's that?
Hot Go.
Hot to go.
What does that mean?
You can take me hot to go. That's the song.
Oh, and that's a big hit?
Huge.
Yeah, she's going to join us at 8:30.
She had all of Coachella doing that.
I know just how old I've gotten when I go to weddings and songs come on, and everybody 30 and under knows all the words to the songs, and some of the songs I haven't even heard.
It's interesting.
Like what Jackson just performed
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Well,
Hot to go.
Like there's always the wedding staple. What's the they do it in Animal House? What was the
Shout.
song? Shout. Thank you, Kurt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chairman.
Chairman Kurt,
That one,
please.
of course, was
Yeah, that one's always played. I feel
Cha-Cha
like
Slide.
Cha-Cha, Sweet Caroline's always
Yeah,
played.
producer Joe loves that one.
But out-
Cock specials.
These are called cock specials?
100%.
neither one of those
That's what the
was on-
DJ announces? We're going to do some cock specials?
More or less. But like the playlist outside of those like wedding classics is the same playlist that would be played at bar mitzvahs 15 years ago when I was going to those. Like it's
Really?
still the same.
Doug, are you going to see Sabrina Carpenter?
No.
Love Sabrina Carpenter.
Those tickets are out of control.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of music does she do?
Poppy.
Yeah, she's pop.
In relation to Karen?
Nope. She's dating Barry Keoghan, though, who was, of course, in Saltburn, where he licked up something out of a bathtub.
What do you lick up, boy?
Another one of your movies.
Seed.
God. And this is the kind of movies that you enjoy.
And that was listed as good or bad, or ungood.
Gosh.
Or bad.
It was bad.
Good?
It was bad.
See what's happened to our culture.
It was bad, really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, come on, Doug.
Come on, if someone's licking seed out of a bathtub and you're gonna support that?
Clip that off.
Wait,
What do you think's better, espresso or bad chemistry?
Espresso.
Ooh, I like Bad
Doug,
Kimmin.
That's interesting. Doug, do you like espresso or bad chemistry? Right now we have 1-1 vote.
I don't know what they are.
We're going to finish off the poll on Balloon Party. Sabrina Carpenter, what is she, 22?
No, I'll take the over on that.
Really?
I bet she's probably my age.
Oh, really?
26. 25.
Okay.
I won because you overbid. Price is right, rules apply.
Oh, you're right.
And then they had the 50th American Music Awards Sunday, and they actually had bands I've heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
Green Day played. You don't see that anymore.
Those Lonely Boys?
No, they didn't play. Now you have the Grammys, and it's all these people I've never heard of are winning awards.
Yeah. Well, one of the definitions of getting older is when you stop listening to new music.
Yeah, that's true.
It happens.
That's my fault.
You get to where there's about 300 or 400 songs that you really like. You don't need anymore. So I'm good.
Yeah, I stick to the staples that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at listening to new music.
Yeah, that happens with age.
You are both cocks. You do realize that, right? You little simps. It's from Wedding Tackle.
Ooh, add that to my condescending quote list is when people say you know that right.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorites.
You know that, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. You can combine them there.
Yeah. That's is George Washington, and you know that right is
Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln. Yeah.
I do that every once in a while on comments on Facebook. You know that's AI, right?
Well, you're a troll.
Not a troll. A lot of people don't know it. There was that one going around with Caitlin Clark talking to Angel Reese. Hey, Angel, can I talk to you for a second? Sure. What do you want, White Mamba? You know I won Rookie of the Year because I'm better than you. Somebody said, this is disgusting. How can they do that? I said, you know it's AI, right? I don't think so. That's real. I said, oh, come on.
Banter
The trolls. Some people are just idiots.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to know. With that, maybe not in that example, but it's hard to know sometimes what's AI and what isn't.
Yeah, some of them. But, if they're really vile, the coach isn't going to say that. The player's not going to say that.
No.
But I guess some people think they're real. She thought it was real.
We need AI police.
Well, I just didn't want this girl to think that was real. To think that, because, Angel Reese gets enough hate. So you don't want people to think that that's really her saying that.
Did they call her White Mamba?
That's what she said in this video to Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
She's like the next Kobe Bryant, I guess. I don't know.
Everything I've heard about the WNBA has been against my will. Thank you. It's a Crystal City claim.
What's that?
Oh, listen. How are they doing, Ken?
I heard.
Have you
but I
checked
didn't
to see what the
understand
ratings are like now that Caitlin Clark's out?
it. Yeah, they're terrible.
Are they?
Yeah. Nobody's watching.
I don't know.
People post fake stuff. Y'all think Caitlin Clark's the only reason people watch? They had 2.9 million for the Las Vegas game, and then I went and looked for the ratings. They did 490,000. So I said, just making numbers up.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we can get a WNBA team.
The Aces Liberty game 2 was the most watched WNBA semifinal in 22 years.
And that was just, last night or the night before?
22 years, but it's because of Caitlin Clark. That's the only reason all these new people are watching the WNBA.
But it sounds like the ratings are still good.
Nobody is arguing that this is the reason. Like, there's no doubt.
No, they weren't that good.
But people can still you can still build people up without tearing people down.
Who am I tearing down?
No, I'm just saying that is the discourse going on right now. Is that you have to say that Caitlin Clark is the reason. If anyone disagrees, it's like making up all this stuff. Like, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird brought a lot of eyes to the NBA, but that mean Dr. J was bad. There's two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just saying that because of her, a lot more people are watching, and then the people that started watching enjoyed watching, not just because of her, but they enjoyed the basketball, so they continue to watch.
Right, it's a great thing.
But they weren't watching before that.
No doubt.
Dr. J was almost as good as Magic and Bird.
Absolutely.
He was right there with
He was like one of the last superstars before the increase in viewership.
Yeah.
Even though he was still effective into that era.
Yeah, he was a great player.
It was my uncle's favorite. Like, I have watched so much tape on Dr. J in my life because of my uncle. My uncle's from New York, and he loved Dr. J.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah.
Smart guy, too. Well-spoken and
extremely
articulate guy.
And, like, some of his record, because, like, you start in the ABA, and it's a whole different game. But, like, part of the reason the ABA was so cool is because of guys like Dr. J.
Yeah, they had good players there. I used to go see the Spirits of St. Louis play.
Moving Marvin Barnes.
Game time's on time.
Yeah. I would say at least half the league or more played in the NBA.
Yeah, Moses Malone.
Eventually, ABA players.
Yeah. Moses Malone, I think, started in the ABA.
Yeah, he was here for a while, too. And Maurice Lucas. And, of course, Double G Gus Gerard.
I like the ball they played with, too, the red, white, and blue ball.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
They started the three-point shot.
Right, revolutionary.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine basketball without a three-point play now?
I know, it's crazy. It actually boggles the mind.
Well, I don't know that it does that
But,
much.
like, for me, I've grown up, that's all I've known. It's the idea, like, when I see, like, Michael Jordan tape from North Carolina and there's no three-point line, it looks really weird.
And when I was playing in high school and even in college, I didn't play in college, but you couldn't dunk. It was illegal to dunk.
And that was because of Kareem.
Took my game away.
At the time of Lou Alcindor?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
I think also another factor was that oftentimes the glass backboards would break if guys dunk and hung on the rim, and it would just destroy the game.
Yeah.
If it happened at a high school gym, game over.
Right.
You don't see many shattered backboards anymore. They must make them different.
The breakaway rim.
It's the breakaway rim. Yeah,
it was invented in Illinois.
The screws don't break the...
Yeah. Invented right across the river.
Yeah.
We welcome our listeners to get involved on the program. The Callier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004-TMA. Schaefer Door Company, text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. And email in for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, designairservice.com. Doug, it was cold. It was frozy as a little kitten out there this morning. Yeah, in the 40s. Hey, here's the deal, Jack. We're staring down the barrel of cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's going to be lovely for the next couple of weeks. But the reality is, it's a-coming.
Mm.
Are you going to be ready?
Well, I don't have to worry too much. I don't go outside in the morning. I go from the castle proper into a walkway beneath the barn off.
Yeah.
And get in the car there, so I never really have to go outside.
And that's where you allow the help to stay.
Well, if they're good. If not, they got to stay outdoors.
That's kind. If you are staying outdoors, Seth Goldcamp can't help you. But if you have indoor quarters, go to designairservice.com and work with the great Seth Goldcamp, who I got a chance to see at the St. Gabriel, quote-unquote, school picnic on Saturday.
He went there, too?
I don't believe so, but he resides there now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the parish proper?
So you can go there even if you don't go to church or school there. You can still go to the grade school picnic.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Seth Goldcamp did. Okay. And he's the greatest. Design Air Heating and Cooling. DesignAirService.com. Feeling like you've lost your edge? If your energy, focus, or drive isn't what it used to be, it's time to get back on track with Mentality Health, your local experts in testosterone replacement therapy. Visit Mentality today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Your first step to reclaiming your vitality. If you're feeling tired all the time, it might be more than just stress. Low testosterone could be the issues. Low testosterone doesn't just affect your body, it can impact your mind too, leading to irritability, anxiety, and even depression. Get it tested at lowtusa.com with Mentality. Visit Mentality today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. Your first step to reclaiming your vitality. It's Mentality at lowtusa.com. Get involved on the program. Collier and Thompson phone lines, Schaefer Door Company text inbox, and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. My understanding is Ed Herman is here from Brown &
Oh,
Crouppen.
good. Okay.
Chairman, if you'd like to bring him in, feel free to do so. We're introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander. A cross between an American wheat and a Belgian wit. This refreshing ale is made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. Head to any Salt and Smoke and Friar Tuck's location to try the TMA Banty Brew. Head to tmastl.com to see the can and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Morning, Ed.
Good morning. How's
Hello,
it going?
Ed.
What's the good word?
What is the good word?
Ed, have you tried our beer?
I haven't.
Take a poll.
I have not.
It's
What do you
pretty
have
good.
there?
It's good.
Look at this.
Who's plugging
Jackson's going to
That's
open
our
one right now.
particular
Oh my God! Look at this. You guys have branded your own
Yes, we have.
your own beer, but it feels mighty warm.
Yeah, that's the way it goes down smooth.
Is that right? Would you prefer me? I don't think I'm allowed to drink on here.
you don't
No,
have
I'll
to
take it
drink
with
now.
me. I'll cool it off.
Best enjoyed room temperature.
That is fantastic. How cool is it to see your faces on the side of a branded can of beer?
Yeah.
Is that the dream? Is that where it all?
Four hot guys. Well, to be on HD2 was always the dream, and now everything's just icing on the cake.
Right. It's all gravy, baby.
I mean, it looks like there's an orange on there. Is this a citrusy
Yeah, it's a
blend?
If you ever had a blue moon, that would be.
This is the closest comparison to it. Yeah. Well, how do you like that?
Yeah, look at us. We're all grown up. We're all grown up.
I don't know that I would have. I'm not a beer. I mean, I'll try it. When the time comes. I'm not really a beer guy. I wonder what I would stick my face on beverage wise. I think probably some coffee product.
Coffee?
I'm swilling this stuff all day.
You a big coffee drinker?
All day long. Yeah, I have to. Ever since whenever I lose weight and I get light, the only way I can keep it off is if I just keep drinking coffee all day.
Really?
Yeah,
That helps the cause?
Appetite suppressant.
it's an appetite suppressant. It keeps your belly full. It gives you something to do. It keeps your. I'll probably keel over of a heart attack. Shortly thereafter, but whatever.
At least you'll be slim.
Die
when you
thin.
do it.
Die thin. At least I'll only need 4 pallbearers instead of 6. That's the big plus.
How much did you weigh at your girth?
At my highest, I was 293.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Well, I go up and down. That I peaked in 2011, and then I re-peaked at like 250.
Yeah.
Just
Now it looks like you
2
weigh
years
about
ago.
150.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd say
wow.
ballpark.
More like 129. But you know what?
Really?
129, really?
Yeah. Why is that too
129?
light? Well, you got to realize I'm only 5'7".
Yeah.
So when you factor that in, that makes a difference.
So you lost like 170 pounds?
Yeah, some 165, something like that. Yeah, it's a lot of weight. It's a whole human being. I don't miss them.
Do you have to get a whole new wardrobe?
Oh, you got to get several new wardrobes. Yeah, no, because you go along the way. I started off. I was a 3X, and now I'm swimming in mediums. But I'm not saying I've done it in the most healthiest way in the world. I've done it like everybody else out there, struggling every different way in the world to do whatever you can. And now I live in a state of paranoia. Like I weigh in every morning. If it goes up at all, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, so do you monitor what you eat closely?
I do. Yeah, all I eat is very high protein foods, sort of more keto-ish, but very high protein. So that's the only thing, is because I got to maintain my muscle mass.
Just doing that, weighing yourself and keeping an eye on it, that's what keeps you where you are now.
It is, because I don't use any medicines or anything like that. Like I've used assistance along the way, but for the last year plus, it's just my own anxiety keeping me light. That every day getting in, holding myself accountable, and just saying, dude, you don't want to go in the wrong direction. Because I'm weird. I'm a bit of a slob. And my living space can get very, very messy, like extremely hoarder level messy. And then I'll clean it and organize it, and it looks perfect. I always wonder, where did I go wrong? Like at some point, there was some item that I didn't put back where it belonged, or some piece of trash that I didn't get up to throw out. And you always wonder, like, what's that first one? Because at some point you crest over, and then it becomes a mess again. I panic like that when it comes to my weight. I'm like, listen, at some point, I'm going to make one bad choice. And is that going to be the bad choice that sets me right down that bad path again? Next thing you know, I'm twice the size. So I'm hyper vigilant. I don't recommend it really as a lifestyle, but it's where I am.
Well, what did you eat? What was your weakness with food?
Cereal.
Cereal? Really?
Yeah, no big surprise to the people out there that know me. Yeah, my cereal is, I don't know if you're a Hamilton fan, but he has a line where he talks about Aaron Burr as being his first friend, his friend and his enemy. But I have a love-hate with cereal. I loved it. I was obsessed with it as a kid. It's how I got fat as a kid, and it's what got me, go down that road, because you could just keep eating it.
Sugar, carbohydrates doesn't fulfill an appetite.
Bad thing, and once you chew it up, it takes up no space in your stomach. So it checks all of the boxes for something that will just absolutely fatten you up and kill you. On the other hand, so tasty.
Yeah, yes.
You could eat 3 bowls.
It's so good. Of course. I used to do the cereal milk chase, where you start with a big heaping bowl, the milk, and then as you're eating it down, you start doing. They say, well, if it looks like I have a little too much cereal, add a little bit of milk. Oh, it looks like I have too much milk, add a little bit more cereal. You try to do it until the bottom of the bowl times out just perfectly.
True.
By the time you do that, you're fat.
I used to eat honey bunches of oats, thinking that was somehow healthy, but I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not. No. Even your healthiest cereals, like Cheerios, you just keep eating it like popcorn, you're going to get fat.
Hey, I want to ask you a legal question that ties into sports/sports entertainment. Has anybody on the dais watched the McMahon?
I started to and got sidetracked and turned it off.
I've seen almost all of it.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I
recommend it.
Yeah, I hear it depicts him exactly as he really is, and it apparently is about the worst human being in the course of time.
He's certainly active throughout with interviews, that's for certain. And this news just breaking here within the last hour, Ed. A former WWE employee who filed a lawsuit against the company and Vince McMahon, accusing him of sexual battery and trafficking, is asking them to not enforce non-disclosure agreements with other former and current employees and contractors so they can potentially come forward with similar accusations. What is the
typically
precedent with NDAs to then?
Well, I mean, typically, if it's a subject of a lawsuit, that's almost always an exception to any NDA. So that if you're subpoenaed and you're put under oath to testify, you cannot shield yourself under an NDA. It doesn't give you an excuse to lie or even to shield the answer. So my guess is if those people, the fact that they've even mentioned that they have NDAs, probably puts it on the radar of whoever might be litigating a case that these are witnesses that we want to call and put them in a position where they're not going to be tied to their NDA. Once the stuff comes out, then the question becomes, can there be additional charges? I imagine there could be additional criminal charges, but I don't know what their civil rights, how that would be impacted. I'd have to look that up.
Got it.
But
so an NDA precludes somebody from running around and
in the public arena.
Right. That's
versus
really
court.
that's really the point of
Okay.
it. Is you don't want them opening their mouth, and usually in those same documents they're signing away a lot of other rights to bring lawsuits. Especially if it's former employees. Former employees are typically, you have separation agreement where you're going to pay them a certain amount, so there's consideration, and they're waiving their right to sue you for basically anything they'd be allowed to sue you for. And then while you're in there, you're like, oh, and by the way, non-disparagement, non-disclosure, non-compete sometimes. You throw it all in there.
Yeah. They showed screenshots of the text messages that were allegedly from McMahon to Janelle Grant, who is the one suing him. And, I mean, as graphic as you could possibly imagine, and that's coming from somebody that's engaged in seeing this types of stuff before. I was
graphics. I'm assuming sexually graphic.
Yeah,
it's not illegal in and of itself,
right?
But
because she's a subordinate, and that's where the litigation comes into play.
Yes,
am I correct?
Well, yeah, and I mean, obviously, in the workplace, you really want to avoid that 100%. Because no good can come out of that.
This was a guy who completely had it made. He'd become a billionaire, running a huge corporation. And yet still went just nuts. What is it about power
that's the thing? Well, ask yourself, I mean, if you go back to Sigmund Freud, right? So everything we do is to make ourselves like more capable of attracting the opposite sex or getting with the opposite sex. So all of the quest for money and the quest for power is ultimately, if that's the end goal, so that's what happens. People get the money, they get the power, they think they're invulnerable. It's the same reason why you say, why didn't Diddy flee? He knew what was coming down. Now he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail. But he had a window before he was charged. He could have gone elsewhere. So could Harvey Weinstein. So could Bill Cosby back when that happened. They all had a window. None of them took advantage of it because I think the power and the ego. They
say window to go hide
to leave,
out?
to flee, to go to Morocco where there's no extradition. And look what like Roman Polanski did. Roman Polanski is not a moron. He knew he had sex with a 14-year-old in the mid-'70s. The guy still makes movies. He won the Oscar for Best Director for The Pianist, and he couldn't come and collect it because he would have been arrested and charged.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a crazy thing to think that, we all can accept the fact that it's okay to keep, working and doing. Everybody knows what had happened. But, of course, the times were different then, and what people tolerate always kind of changes. I think you get those. There are alpha males, and then there are extreme alpha toxic masculinity level males. You may see some in the news on a daily basis. But I think Vince is one of them. What can you do? Thinks that the world is his. Everybody's here to serve him.
She signed a $3 million NDA, Janelle Grant did, and the lawsuit seeks to have the agreement declared invalid, saying McMahon breached the deal by giving her $1 million and failing to pay the rest.
Well, that was just foolish on his part.
Yeah, I don't know what that.
I mean, geez, that's pocket change for Vince McMahon. That's seriously, that's like what you got on you kind of money. Wow. Well, but you know what though? I think that, like it or not, and I don't want to get controversial, but I think our society has basically sent a message right now that if you're a powerful white male, you could do whatever the hell you want. I mean, everybody seems okay with that, or at least half the population seems perfectly okay with that. So what message are we supposed to get? And that's the message I'm getting now. As it is, I still have a conscience, but I don't know how I'll be in 2 years. Maybe I'll lose my conscience. Maybe I'll follow the example of our leaders. Do whatever the hell I want.
Right.
What else? What else can you do? Did you watch the playoffs last night?
I did not.
I actually did watch the Guardians and the Tigers, and I can't believe that I did, but I did, and it was my kind of baseball game. Now, you got the Yankees going.
Yes, but I liked the Tiger game better.
Wasn't that a great game?
It was fantastic.
God, I love that game.
All I kept thinking was, Scooble was pitching in and out of trouble, but he was doing his thing.
Getting those double plays to get out of trouble.
He was great. Yep. But I kept thinking, I really want the Tigers to win that series. I just love their story. And
I'm pulling for the Tigers as well.
And Matt Vierling's on the team, and he's a CBC guy. And, when he got to the World Series with the Phillies a couple of years ago, I was excited for him. Then he gets traded to the Tigers, and I'm like, he'll get playing time. But, man, there goes his chances of a title. And now all of a sudden he's back, and he was right in the mix yesterday with a couple of hits. And I was thinking, this is great. Local kids in the the thing. But then that Clase, that closer for Cleveland, is
so good.
Everyone, you literally, Scuba will win the Cy Young. Obviously, he's got the pitcher's triple crown. Clase should come in second. I mean, a .62 ERA in the regular season and a .62 WHIP. I've never seen a reliever with a season like that, including my favorite of all time, the best of all time. Rivera never had a season like the one Clase just put up. So for him to give up a three-run home run to be the difference maker in that game, it just reminds you the playoffs are a different sport. It's just a different game, but that's what's exciting.
I loved that game.
Because if the Tigers hadn't won that game, I think the series ends very quickly. And now we've got ourselves a legitimate series.
All 4 series are 1-1.
They are.
We've got 2 great rivalries on the National League side.
Yeah.
The Royals and Yankees had quite a rivalry, kind of predates.
In the 70s. Yeah, I lived that. 76, 77, 78,
yeah, so 3 years in a row they played in the ALCS.
3 in a row, and then in 80. Which was the year the Royals went to the World Series, lost to the Phillies, which we could be looking at a rematch of that series this year. I mean, right now, what's beautiful about it is none of us could really make an accurate. We have no reason to be able to feel like we can make an accurate prediction as to who's going to make it to the World Series. It's anybody's ball game right now, and how exciting is that? I mean, literally, you tell me which of these teams you're convinced cannot win it. You'd be hard pressed.
You still live and die with the Yankees?
I live and die with them, but I'm a baseball fan. I just want to see really good quality baseball. Would I be happier if they won it all? Of course, I'm a fan. But mostly what I want to see is I want to feel like what I felt when I was watching the World Baseball Classic the last time around. You watch that final game between Japan and the U.S., that final at-bat where Shohei Ohtani was pitching and Mike Trout was up at the plate and he struck him out. Like, even though I was rooting for the United States to win that, I couldn't help but think that was just written in the stars. So beautiful the way that played out. That's what I like to see. I'm a romantic when it comes to baseball. I just want to see something I've never seen before. I want to see the impossible happen. And baseball gives you that. I mean, geez, the Pete Alonso home run that he had against the Brewers in the 9th inning the other day. If you go to TikTok and you see some of the videos that people have put together showing fan reaction, blending it with
the Moneyball
music,
one,
the Moneyball one, and just the adversity that he had to overcome all season to culminate to that moment. I'm like, there's just nothing better than baseball. Nothing else is romantic like baseball for me.
Yeah.
I mean, sports wise. I mean, the ladies. That's a different story. I don't want to give the public the wrong idea. But
didn't the Royals lose 106 games last year?
They did. And again, this is.
The Cardinals have any hope of a turnaround like that?
Of course, I always think that they do. That's the beauty of a new season, is the possibility of knowing that no matter what city you're in now. That's why baseball's the greatest game. There's very few other sports where you can honestly go into the season thinking you've got a good shot. You never know what's going to happen. But once again, I mean, look how many teams made the playoffs, and the fact that both of the teams from the series last year, neither one got into the playoffs even with the expanded playoffs. I mean, what other sport can you say that in?
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't happen.
No. Yeah.
How are you feeling? A week has passed since the whole press conference. Last week we talked about it heavily. I got killed online with my take.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, but in a playful way. I didn't mind. I got in on the fun. Sure. I like that stuff.
Right.
But how are you feeling now? They've made they just replaced their hitting coach.
Yeah, I mean,
they've made it clear that Goldschmidt's going to get moved. I hear to the Giants is going to happen very quickly.
Whoa, really?
There's rumors all over the internet.
Has anybody else heard that? I didn't know that.
No, you're breaking news.
Oh, TMA is reporting.
It hasn't happened yet, but I saw a thing last night. I looked it up, and there are all sorts of rumors and speculations out there.
I'm going to go typing. That's what I'm going to do.
See what you can do. Otherwise, this is how false rumors get started.
Yeah.
Well, they talk about how they have to cut payroll.
4 days ago. Now, this is by SI. John Conahan. I don't know if he's a person or an AI, but the Giants could take a chance on the former MVP for a cheap price. So that's on SI.com.
Yeah, I mean, that's Sports Illustrated. That's not nothing.
No.
That used to be the name.
Mm-hmm.
I was just showing my mother, actually. She just got out of the hospital and is staying with me for a little while. And while she was in there, I had ordered the first issue of Sports Illustrated that was ever put out in 1954. It had Eddie Matthews on the cover.
Oh, yeah.
Things in pristine shape.
Mm-hmm.
We're just looking through the magazine because I don't mind. I'm not one of those people that don't touch it. You got to keep it perfect. I'm one of those people that's like, I want to see what was going on in the first issue. I want to read it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, those magazines were beautiful back then.
Oh,
now it's a lost art, but
and the writers were great too.
Oh, they were
it
great.
wasn't just the pictures, the
and
writing.
the advertisements, seeing all of the cars that were just being put out there for the first time in 1954.
Cigarette ads.
Oh yeah, it's if you ever, I don't know, I guess that kind of nostalgia gives me the warm and fuzzies. But yeah, that's a beautiful piece, and that wasn't that expensive. You can get them on eBay, original ones. For less than $200, I think is what they go for. But yeah, what a nice piece to have.
And you have that.
I did. We just sat down
display.
Yesterday. We just sat down, literally yesterday, and just went through page by page. What was great on that issue was they had these insert baseball cards that were the Topps 1953, a collection of their cards that was sort of a centerfold that folded out. And this one still had it in pristine shape. That's the one thing that's harder to find. Harder to find it with the centerfold with all the cards. But Jackie Robinson, Ted Williams, Willie Mays, all these beautiful cards from the 1954 Top set. The 54 Top set, just beautiful. Hank Aaron, just a great little issue to have. I should have brought it. I should have done a little show and tell. I know most people are not watching this on video, but I think you guys would have appreciated it.
What's the favorite piece of memorabilia you have in your collection?
I have the ticket stub from Game 1 of the 1919 World Series. The fixed game, the game where there is a signal. Eddie Seacott was pitching, and the signal to the gamblers, if the fix was in, was if he plunked the first batter, then the gamblers knew, okay, they've taken the money, the fix is in. If he doesn't plunk the first batter, all bets are off. And he got up and plunked the first batter, and it was game on. So that's a very rare ticket
What if he
stub.
tried to hit the first hitter, but he somehow got out of the way of the pitch?
You know what? We'll never know. That's the multiverse, man.
He did hit him.
Yeah, he plunked him, and that was it. And that was one of the many stains on the game that have happened over the years, but so much more good than bad. So.
And you got a ticket stub from that.
The ticket stub in park, authenticated,
how much
encapsulated.
was it to get in? Has it got the price on there?
I think it was $6.
Oh, that's pretty. That was pretty.
It was pretty stiff for. it was a good ticket.
Yeah.
It might have been $3. I'll have to look at it. I have a picture of it on my phone. I'll take a look.
I bet that was very.
Talk amongst
expensive.
yourselves. Yeah. That's the other thing too. Everyone complains. I come in, all I do is talk. Go ahead, talk. I'm
that's why
sit,
you're here.
I'm going to sit here for a minute. Let you guys while I find this for you.
Can you ask him to buy me the first edition Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine? Probably some Bush, but hey, I like-y. That's from Dmitry Sokolowtu.
Gosh,
is that
Russian
right,
gentleman?
You know what? He likes what he likes.
Yeah, we don't kink shame on the show. We've been very.
I don't. It takes all kinds.
I remember when that was a big news breaking event.
What's that? When somebody would grow a bush?
No, when the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition came out.
February.
Oh my God! Look at this. It's a girl in a bikini. It was huge.
Elle McPherson, Kathy Ireland.
Man, Kathy Ireland.
That's
to
who I grew
me,
up
and you know
with.
what? She was the most beautiful for my taste. Her figure, those eyes. Remember those?
The eyes.
And let me tell. And you know what? She's actually. It doesn't even have a price on this ticket. You can send that if he wants to take a look at it. Kathy Ireland is becoming enormously successful as a businesswoman.
Yeah,
She's built an empire. She's incredibly wealthy. And good for her, and she looks spectacular. I mean, she really.
Boy, she's 61.
But I mean, come on, 61, and I still would have no chance in a million years with that. I have this thing that I do, where this is the question I'll ask you. Maybe I've asked you before, but I think this may have come up once before. But she's a good example of one that she has not reached the age yet. But like, take Sophia Loren. She's like 90, and she looks every bit of it, but she has every right to it. She was one of the most beautiful women in history. If you had the opportunity to spend the night with her in a sexual sense, would you do it just because, time would go by? You'd always know that you were with Sophia Loren, and the people that you spoke to, they don't necessarily need to know that it was the 90-year-old version.
Oh.
All they know is that on your belt, there is a notch that was Sophia Loren, or like an Anne Margaret. I mean, she's in her 80s. She looks perfectly fine for her age now.
Looks great, yeah.
But, in Viva Las Vegas era, I mean, I would have chopped off an arm, a leg.
Right.
Would you still, though, now, just so that in the history of your life, that overlap, what took place?
Iggy had something like that with Leona Helms.
I know, I remember that. But
hot.
she was younger. He actually had her, right? Am I wrong, Iggy? She was in her younger.
Late 60s.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well, we know where his answer is. But look at it. But he has a great story to this day.
Yeah, he does.
So do you do it, Iggy? Sophia Loren?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Let me just make it clear. I'm totally with you. And Margaret?
Yeah.
Yeah, with her, it's no question, right?
Yeah, because I
she
go
still
back
looks
to
pretty good.
Eda's picture and close my eyes, picture and carnal knowledge. And yeah.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. And that was kind of like almost a little bit more middle-aged for her. She had a little bit of years on her.
Mm-hmm.
And that character was rough. If you haven't watched Carnal Knowledge, by the way,
It was
rediscover
cutting
it.
edge back in the day.
It really was.
Yeah.
And Nicholson had already had some classic performances before that. I think that one sometimes gets overlooked. He's very good in that movie. So was Art Garfunkel. And it could be that movie played a role in their breakup because in that little bit of time, Art Garfunkel got more famous than Paul Simon. I think it created problems between them.
Paul didn't like that.
I don't think he did. Paul, of course, wanted to make it in the movies and wound up appearing in One Trick Pony and Annie Hall, but never really took footing as an actor. But when, Garfunkel got to be, going toe-to-toe with Nicholson, I mean, his part's just as big in that. I think it was just terrible jealousy that raged at that time. I could be making it up.
Did you ever think about going to Hollywood yourself, Ed? Becoming a big star?
No, I'd rather be a D-list local celebrity, winning my small, meaningless awards. Keep it small. None of those people.
Well,
seem
you're not
really
a D-lister. You're certainly an A-list in St. Louis.
In St. Louis, I don't know. Actually, I self-deprecate. I do okay here in St. Louis. And in the legal world, I have a bigger national reputation than I do a local one.
Really?
Yeah, I do a lot of speaking, and I know that the listeners of this show wouldn't have any idea, but I'm actually quite good on the stage.
Are you?
Yeah, when I'm doing like full scale presentation type things.
What kind of things do you talk about?
I'm talking next week in Tampa. If you guys want to, if you guys all want to come down to Litiquist,
It's still there.
If it's still there, that's right. We're there keeping a close eye. I hope that it will be. I'll be speaking on growing your profit margin, and so that one's a little bit more technical. But I spoke at PimpCon 2 weeks ago.
PimpCon?
Yeah, Pimp.
Is that a porn thing?
No, it's a personal injury mastermind conference.
Oh, okay.
And that one I did a presentation on building brand affection. So if you're out there loving me, just know it was very deliberate. And if you're out there hating me, that's okay too, because the key is all about being memorable.
Right. That was the Howard Cosell theory. Love me or hate me, just don't be indifferent.
Right. Indifference, you've done nothing. But it's also, I have the theory, especially in what we do for a living, because I tell people, we can't create demand for what we do. You either need us or you don't. And chances are you don't need us today, and chances are you'll never need us. So how do we forge that connection in a situation where somebody might never need us? And so it's all about doing things that put you there and make you memorable, so that when that moment kind of comes, you're top of mind. I mean, it's not rocket science, but there are only a few industries that are really like that. Most industries you can create a demand for. Like, I wish we sold hamburgers. I mean, honestly, if I had the opportunity to do it all over again, I probably would have gone into something where I can sell a product. Because you can create demand for a product. I can make you hungry for a hamburger. I cannot make you hungry to see somebody. Not if you haven't been injured by somebody else's negligence.
But is that increasing with everybody on their phone while they drive?
Yeah, but here's the thing: is yes, you'd like to think it's increasing, but the safety features have also increased. So you got cars that brake on their own. You got blind spot monitors. You got ABS brakes and airbags every which way. I mean, you hit anything, your whole car becomes a bouncy house, so which is great. I'm all for car safety. If I could eliminate, and I mean this sincerely, if I could press a button and nobody would ever get injured in a car accident again, I would do it in a second, and I would just go do something else for a living. I don't care. I could do a lot of things. I'd rather people not get in accidents. They're upsetting.
I suppose it's possible with self-driving cars, maybe not in the next 5 years, but in the next 30 or 40.
I would say eventually when everything is a self-driving car, you will see accidents about as often as you see train derailments, very rarely. These things are incredibly well programmed, and it's weird. Of course, for older folks like us, middle-aged and older, not you, Jackson, you're a kid. You'll embrace it way before we do. We're very accustomed and we trust ourselves behind the wheel. But ask yourself, do you really watch the pilot in the plane? No, they're up there on autopilot. You're in 40,000 feet in the air. You don't think twice about it. You get on a subway. There's nobody driving that subway. You know, we're already in self-driving vehicles all the time. It's just an adjustment. Down in Arizona, there's already a company that will send out. It's like an Uber, but it's.
I took one.
And tell us about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like a car comes and pick you up, and there's no driver.
And like
really,
but give us a little bit more meat on that, because like, how do you know? Are the doors always automatically unlocked? Do they ever get locked? How do they know you don't take something out of the vehicle?
There's nothing really in there, and when it pulls up, the door unlocks.
Front or back door? Where do you sit?
Back door, and it's got like all these doodads up in the driver's seat.
Don't say doodads.
Well, there's doodads up there.
Okay.
And then it just takes you where you want to go and drops you off.
You have to tell them or program it in the phone?
It's like Uber, where you
give
just
an
type in the address before, and it comes and picks you up and drops you off.
What
Crazy.
if you have luggage? Does it automatically open the trunk? Is there?
Don't know. I didn't have luggage at the time.
Oh, Jackson, man, you really failed.
Do you talk to this person that's not there? Do you say, "Hey, how long you been in the business?"
This is really cool. I mean, it's kind of freaky.
How do they prevent someone from sitting in the front?
You can sit in the front. There's a
no, but I mean in the driver's seat. Let's say
there's too many. There's too many contraptions, and you couldn't even sit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a driver's seat?
Yeah, but it's all filled up with stuff.
Like stuff related to the vehicle, or like somebody put
I guess
their
the
sports-
self-driving mechanism kind of thing is all up there.
I've heard that the one problem they have is self-driving vehicles making moral decisions.
Yes, yeah, the ethical decisions. Well, this is the question that boils down to: is do you program it to maximize the survival of the driver, or do you program it to maximize the total number of human lives that are at stake? So, for example, if you were driving along and there's a school bus in front of you filled with children, like the safest thing for the driver might be to do one thing, but the safest thing for all those kids might be for the driver to sacrifice themselves and crash into a pole instead. So that you have to program the vehicle to know what to do in that particular situation. It's a judgment call. Most people, it's an instinct, and our instinct is for self-preservation. So do you program it for self-preservation because that's how we probably would instinctually drive? Or do you have it? This is like a Kobayashi Maru situation. You know, there's no right answer. Yeah. So what do you do? What would you do?
I don't know. What happens if someone runs in front of your car with a gun? He's going to carjack you, and the driverless car says, "Oh, I got to get away from that," and drives onto the sidewalk and hits a kid.
Right. Or what if it doesn't even recognize that the guy with the gun? They may just slow down for the guy. Say, "Oh, we don't want to hit this guy. Let's come to a break." And you're like, "Dude, he's got a gun on me. I was going to run him over and save my life."
Yeah.
And it doesn't know. And that's the thing is that, you know, machines, they can never. I know that the whole SkyTel thing, and you know, is Terminator 2, and the machines will take over. And I mean, they individually are smarter than any one particular person, but collectively, everything that's a machine we've made. So, you know, at what point does the creator lose control over their creation? It's kind of like Frankenstein, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein makes the monster. He doesn't keep control of him. The second it comes alive, it's got its own life. It's going to do its own thing.
I can't imagine how they'll ever get through that problem.
Yeah, well, like most things, you know, it'll be money. Whoever has more money, wherever the money is, we sacrifice, right? And not just our country; it's all around the world. We trade off all the time things that we know aren't really good for society, but there's a lot of money in it. So, you know, why not? Whether it's all the vices, you know, I've talked about that a million times. Is, you know, that's our economy. Is we're a vice-centric economy. Most of the money we get comes from vices.
Really?
That's the truth.
Alcohol, cigarettes, prostitutions. Well, not legal prostitution, but things like OnlyFans and stuff where you can generate money on the human body.
HD2 radio.
Yeah, casinos, you know, gambling. I mean, how much money pours through based on vices? That's our whole economy.
Think about it.
The whole economy?
Think about it. Think about what the United States produces.
Big economy is high-tech stuff. That's not related to a vice.
Well, it's not. What are people doing on that high-tech stuff?
Watching
porn. All porn. The high-tech stuff is the delivery system. Now you have gambling that has become so common. It's on the ballot for sports gambling, I think even here in Missouri coming up. And big people are getting behind it. You have Pete Rose just died. You have a whole sport that got rid of them for gambling. And now you have the very same people in that sport supporting DraftKings and all these other things. And we're just embracing that there's just way too much money to be made in sports gambling. It wouldn't have been possible without the high tech of which you speak. The high tech has led to just making it easier to get access to your vices. And that's what moves the money. Shopping is a vice. Look at the online shopping. We constantly buy things all day long that we don't need. That's a vice. We're getting a hit of dopamine. Anything that's giving you a hit of dopamine, and you're doing it for that more than you are for the thing itself, is a vice. So, yeah, I would suggest that the entire tech industry, if you took out all the vice, what would we need the tech for? We had a typewriter.
Well, we'd still need computers to work and send emails and
That's
messages.
not true. We did all of that for a long, long time without any of that tech.
Well,
and it was all
you could
done.
get by without it, but it doesn't mean you have it just because you have some vice.
No, everything we do, everything we come up with, very quickly turns like that. That's what it does. It turns to vice fast. So you come up with the telephone. How long after the invention of the telephone was the first sex call?
Oh my goodness!
You know,
think about that, Doug.
Like I'm guessing very early. You know, the second you had the ability to transmit a photograph on your phone. What do you think? People are sending out pictures of the Grand Canyon? They were sending out
Grandchildren and
tit pics.
pets.
No, it all turns to it very, very fast. Now, listen, I'm not passing judgment. That's just who we are. It's human nature. We're primal and carnal, and we can dignify ourselves all we want. But at the end of the day, we have just a few base instincts, and we always go back to them.
It's down to like, what about the automobile industry? I need a car to drive around.
Yeah, but look at the
that
cars on the
related to a
road.
vice?
You know, let me tell you something. You could have a car on the road, and we could all drive the same car, and it could all be done for under $10,000. But we choose not to, because we have, we want something better, and what it says about us, and how it makes us feel. Those are all shots of dopamine. Every time someone gets into a sports car and hears the rev, why do you think they're doing that? You don't need that, but it makes them. It's a vice. It's a shot of dopamine. I'm the worst of the bunch.
Are you?
I'm a nonstop shopper, and anything that gives me a rise, I want to be a part of it very quickly. Yeah, I'm trouble. But I'm luckily I was not given any of the bad one. I've never been a smoker. I've never been a drinker.
Yeah.
But I was an eater. You don't talk about a vice. Jesus. What do we got on the text? Am I bothering people again?
No, you're never.
No. Listen, I don't care, but I'm curious. What do we got?
Did Ed just say that Edison invented the butt plug? That's from Kevin at the Lake. Turn off Ed's mic. That's from the 830 Recreator.
Come on.
Yeah, who needs email when we had carrier pigeons? That's from Jackson's buddy. He lives in Cape Cod, Sweet Kai. Hey, Ed, speaking of machines, Jackson has a Jeremiah Tillman Sibian in his guest room at the new crib.
Oh, my.
It's a big tough.
No, that's a vice. Yeah.
Hey, lawyer boy, have you ever had your love locked up in a chastity cage? That's in the self-made stay-at-home Ladue mom.
I'm sorry you have to hear this, Ed.
No.
I just read everything in order.
Let me say,
Jackson can confirm.
I'm very impressed with the level of discourse that goes on on the
highbrow
on the texting.
Jeremiah Tillman Sibian.
It is. It's impressive. What's coming up?
What's coming up? Jackson, let Ed know what we have.
Just another 90 minutes of breaking it all down.
What a great tease.
But yeah, it's all about it's taking it in and then breaking it down.
WWE recap. Raw was in St. Louis last night.
Was it in St. Louis?
Yeah, and Doug was. You were second row. You couldn't get first.
I don't go.
Yeah.
What was the big match? What was the headliner?
I have no idea.
Well, we have an expert that calls in every Tuesday.
Yeah, he breaks
Larry
it down.
Nickel.
Kind of goes through game film for us.
Did anybody happen to watch the University of Minnesota beat USC this weekend?
I saw the end of it.
It was very exciting. Brody goes to University of Minnesota. He was at the game. He rushed the field when they won, and then he was interviewed on the news after.
Really?
Made the Minnesota news. Yeah, it was very exciting. He did a nice job on there.
God bless.
That guy knows his stuff. I wish. Yeah, he stayed quiet here all summer, but man, he knows more about this stuff than anybody I've ever met.
Does he?
Maybe you can build an algorithm and we can
just an encyclopedic mind.
Sports gambling edges from Brody. I bet he could.
Honestly, I think that's where his future. I don't want to suggest it to him because I'm like, do I really want to raise a professional gambler? But then I think, you know what? I think he'd be brilliant.
Is that right?
I think as an odds maker, as an analyst, figuring out those little. Like the character from Casino, the Robert De Niro
Sam Ace Rothstein.
Yeah.
That's big business.
I'm telling you, I have a feeling. I feel like he could be that guy. He's a genius like that. Yeah. Unbelievable.
That's valuable. I got a buddy who's got the same thing going. He's become a multimillionaire just playing daily fantasy sports.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What a life.
I'm telling
That's
you.
the way to go.
Oh, God.
Or I could take pictures of my feet.
Yeah, I mean, those are the choices.
Probably a safer bet.
That's it. That's what all the technology led up to. You know, back in the day, Doug, if you wanted to show people pictures of your feet, you had to draw them. And you had to carry them around like the Pony Express or whatever. Yeah, but now, all that great technology that we've poured our money into, now I can get a picture of my feet in front of everybody's eyeballs in the world in the touch of a button.
A vice-driven economy.
It's a beautiful world.
Ed, always enjoy the conversation. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in. Kind, sir.
Yeah, no, sure. No, it's great.
Ed Herman, Brown, and Crouppen. We close out the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's private exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With private exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass private exclusives, because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
Listeners ought to check out Collier & Thompson, support the sponsors, and have the best contractors in St. Louis work on your kitchen remodel, if that's what you want, or bathroom remodel, basement, wine room, whatever. Collier & Thompson does it all, and these are people that you can trust. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. That's not always that common for people in this line of work. They won a Torch Award for Ethics from the Better Business Bureau. Collier & Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier & Thompson, come home to quality, online at collierandthompson.com.
Billiken Nation, this is Robbie Avila, and I can't wait to represent SLU for the Lou and our city's basketball team. Get your full season tickets now for as low as $125, or experience the excitement up close with 100 level seats for $540 by visiting slubillikens.com today. You won't even need my goggles, as there is not a bad seat in Chaffetz Arena. Pack Chaffetz Arena to cheer on an exciting brand of basketball. Buy your tickets now by visiting slubillikens.com today.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood, or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door, online at fisherwindow.com.
Hustle and Heart Sports Performance is the one-stop shop for St. Louis area football-specific and athletic training located in O'Fallon, Missouri. Hustle and Heart utilizes the top trainers in St. Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We are seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Hey you, it's Dr. Pryor. If your mouth's been getting more action from late night pizza than it has from a toothbrush, it's time to come see me. At 100 West Dental, we know how to clean up your act and your smile. Whether it's overdue cleanings, a chipped tooth from a wild weekend, or just getting that fresh, I'm definitely not hungover grin, we got you covered. Look, we know you're not shy, so why shy away from getting your teeth right? Book your free consultation at 100westdental.com and let's give you something to smile about. Because hey, you deserve to be as smooth as Tim's golf swing.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Hello, it's me, Tom Schmidt. I'm happy to tell you about Salt and Smoke and all the...
I'm going to let you finish, Tom, but first, why don't you take a break, okay? You've been doing this for 57 years. Have you had time to think about that? Waffle cones, World's Fair? No. Lean brisket, popovers, Cracker Mac. Whiskeys, bourbons, custom cocktails, maybe even wings trashed. I don't know. That doesn't matter if you don't accept my love, Tom. Will you accept my love? Will you kiss me?
Salt and Smoke.
Oh, and Iggy should quit.
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all four TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, ground coriander, and fresh whole oranges. And now you can pick up the TMA Banty Brew at Salt and Smoke or at any area Friar Tuck's location. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at tmastl.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charlottesville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at tmastl.com. Tim, Doug, Iggy, Action Jackson.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After. 105.7 HD2.
Welcome back to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. Fisher Window and Door Store, 8 o'clock hour. Hello again, everybody. Send your emails in. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. All right, we're going to take 3 calls in this segment.
Oh, are we really?
Yeah, 636-9004-TMA. And it's the Callier and Thompson phone lines. And we're just going to put you on. Chairman Kurt, are the lines ringing?
Not yet, but I expect them any second.
Yeah, any second. Because I think we're on an 8-second delay. And then you dictate the topic. I mean, that's a powerful spot. Then you got the Schaefer Door Company text inbox. 314-881-TMA5. That's 314-881-TMA5. Schaefer Door Company. Doug, you would want to take a stab at how it's spelled?
Schaefer.
Yes.
Door.
Yep, that's SchaeferDoor.com. Call or text 636-782-3608. It's going to get you the quickest response time. They service all kinds of garage doors for service and new installs, and they have Monday morning standby service for those doors that break over the weekend. And they service commercial doors as well. So if you run a business or a warehouse with big, tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. Go to SchaeferDoor.com and work with Jason Gosrow and his staff, or call or text 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door, a Clopay Master Authorized Dealer. That's SchaeferDoor.com, sponsor of our text inbox. All right, what's our first caller's name?
Okay.
I believe it's Larry.
Larry. Oh, good.
We welcome Larry to the Callier and Thompson phone lines. Larry, good morning. What would you like to discuss?
The WWE has a recap.
You better believe it, Jack.
Right.
In St. Louis last night. Larry, were you in attendance?
No.
Oh, perfect. You couldn't get a pair of ducats?
What about credential? They credential the media, don't they?
I don't think they do that anymore, no.
Because the media became fans? Shot at our industry.
Well, they didn't need the media.
Yeah,
doing a story every week is it real or is it fake? They got
It's
tired
real.
of that. Yeah, okay. They got tired of that media narrative and said, we just don't need any of them. Can't blame them, I guess. So how did it go last night, Larry?
It went okay for 2 hours.
Why do you say 2 hours as though it was something bad? Isn't it always 2 hours?
No, it was 3 hours till last night.
Oh, why'd they cut her short?
I'm guessing because they were going to try to do 2 hours from last night to the end of the year. And then they go to the Netflix, they might do 2 hours or 3 hours.
Oh, okay. And so was it a good show? Packed house?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you going to give us any information? Do I have to keep asking questions about it?
Oh, no.
Doug, for you keep asking questions.
Okay, so what was the big match?
The big match was for the World Heavyweight Championship between Sami Zayn and Gunther, the currently defending World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, yeah, Gunther, he emails in every once in a while.
Is there a wrestler named Gunther?
Yes.
Where does he hail from?
Got to be Germany.
Right, have to
Got to be a
think.
bad guy.
Ding, 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 ding. Doug's right.
That's, yeah, figures.
Running out of names.
It's imaginative script.
But anyway, excuse me, Doug.
Imaginative script. I know we'll have a bad guy from Germany or Russia.
I'm not going to identify that question with the response, Doug.
Okay.
But anyway, this has a whole bunch of backstory.
Okay.
Because 6 months ago at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Sami Zayn beat Gunther when Gunther was the Intercontinental Champion. And Sami was thinking lightning was going to strike twice last night, but it didn't happen. So the winner of the match, by submission, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.
Well, you had to see that coming. They're not going to have a title change on TV. You got to pay for that on pay-per-view.
Doug, have you been watching for the past 40 years?
Yeah.
they had title change They had a couple title change 2 weeks ago for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, that's Intercontinental.
Right.
What does that even mean, Intercontinental?
Didn't the Ultimate Warrior beat the Honky Tonk Man for the Intercontinental title? Was that 88?
Honky Tonk Man.
That was on pay-per-view, Tim.
Yeah.
What body of land does that cover to be the Intercontinental Champion?
All continents, Doug.
Well, how's that different than the World Champion?
Well, here's my opinion, and of course, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a nose like an opinion. Everybody has one. But anyway, the Intercontinental Champion, in my opinion, maybe the top champion and the World Champion is not available.
Right.
Oh, it's
Kinda
like the Vice President.
Yeah.
What do you mean not available?
Yeah.
Isn't there a schedule?
He's on vacation or
what
something.
What else are they doing?
Doug Goldberg won the World Championship in Atlanta on regular TV, so quit you're making an ass of yourself.
Oh.
Thank you, Iggy.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, that seems like it'd be unusual. They want you to pay to see that kind of stuff.
I don't think there was pay-per-view back when he was wrestling, though.
It's been around a while.
And speaking of the Intercontinental
Yeah,
Championship,
so we don't really know what that is.
Or how it differs from the world.
Mm-hmm.
We just know the Honky
Doug?
Tonk Man had the strap, and it was taken
Okay.
away by the Ultimate Warrior. And was that in 13 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a 13-second match. Ultimate Warrior. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, but going back to what I was talking about with the Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
The current champion, Jey Uso, defending his title for the first time since winning it against Xavier Woods of the New Day. And he won another match, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Jey Uso.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
J-A-Y, probably?
No, last name.
No, J-E-Y.
Oh, of course.
Is it really?
That'd be a fake spelling to go with a fake sport.
Yes.
Doug? His name Uso?
Yeah.
Remember Billy Uso, Doug?
Yes.
Red Wings look like
Yeah.
Jackson.
It's true.
Yeah,
Doug?
I think I do well in Scandinavia.
Still playing. Yeah.
Doug.
Yes, Larry.
Wrestling is not fake.
Flip that off.
Well, it's choreographed for sure.
It's not choreographed either.
I agree with Larry on both points.
Yeah, they're really throwing each other around, but it's choreographed. They work together and make sure they don't get hurt.
What are you talking about, Doug?
Predetermined outcome at the end, but if it's entertainment, that's okay.
What are you talking about, Doug?
Well, the truth is what I'm talking about.
The guy broke his neck. I forgot. I saw it the other day.
It's dangerous to throw yourself
Some guy
around.
broke his neck, and as he was trying to turn him over, he said, "You broke my neck. Please stop."
Yeah.
That's choreographed.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
To me, it is real.
Okay.
Well, I guess so. It wasn't breaking his neck. Wasn't in the copy.
No, if somebody breaks their neck, it is real.
Yeah, I have no doubt that they get hurt doing it.
You're not a baseball guy.
Just as a circus performer might get hurt doing one of his tricks. They still knew what they were going to do.
Now, Doug, what about Jack, John, Steve, Bob?
What?
I just forgot Larry's name.
Oh my word!
Well, I was going to throw something at Doug, but then What about Ric Flair in his documentary? Told people how they would bleed is that they had a razor blade in their like wristband, and when they were bent over, they would cut themselves with the razor blade.
I didn't see the Ric Flair documentary.
Oh, okay. Don't watch it. Might ruin it for you.
Sounds like body horror.
Mm-hmm. All right. Was there another big match last night that we needed to know about?
Yes, there was, Doug. There was a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match between Sheamus, the first person I interviewed twice for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
And he took on Pete Dunne. And the winner of that match, Sheamus.
Sheamus won it, okay?
Yes, he did.
All right, that's nice.
How'd your interviews go at the MAC?
That's this Thursday.
Last Thursday?
This coming Thursday.
Oh, this coming Thursday.
Mark Milton puts on his annual wrestling show at the MAC.
Yeah, I thought it was in conjunction with the Raw coming.
No. And I think somebody else has something to do with me getting those interviews at the MAC.
Who was that?
Marco Bertorelli from Bertorelli Cutlery.
Oh, really?
1927 Mike going down the hill.
Okay, good. He was the conduit. All right.
Larry, do you have the top 5 countries in the world available?
Yes, I do, Tim. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
Number 5, Mongolia.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I guess.
Mongolia. All right.
5 or 6.
Number 4, Puerto Rico. Number 3, Australia.
Okay.
Number 2, Canada. Number 1, United States of America.
Yes. God bless you, Larry. God bless the United States of America.
Yeah, God bless America.
There it
God,
is.
thank you, Nixie.
See Kanye West and Bianca Censorier getting,
Yeah, so they're getting divorced.
per TMZ, Doug.
Okay.
And she would walk around with her breasts out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She wore like clear clothing. Yeah, nobody could have saw that coming. Kanye is definitely very stable at this moment. So,
Is he really?
Yeah, so
Always has been.
domestic partnership is certainly in his wheelhouse.
Okay.
Have you ever seen two people, and I know they're getting divorced, that are so miserable than Ben Affleck and J-Lo? God, do you ever see them when TMZ's following him? I mean, he's scowling.
Probably because they're being followed.
He slams the door when she gets in the car, like, I don't even know what I'm doing with you. Just sort of slams the door and walks away. And
He's mad because he can't be private ever.
yeah, I get that. But, I mean, he's been like that for a long time. He's never just been scowling everywhere he goes. He would smile every once in a while.
That takes a toll on you after 30 years of doing it, where your kids are always being photoed.
Yeah, I get that.
I saw some meme where it said that J-Lo now has like 6 rings since the Dallas Cowboys last earned one. She's been married 6 times now?
I don't know.
That might be a bit of a red flag to the next suitor.
Yeah, but she's Jenny from the block, so.
And the only one that said that she was great was P. Diddy. Everybody else said she was a mess to be married to. She was
P. Diddy.
terrible. P. Diddy loved her.
P. Diddy. He apparently loved a lot of people.
Yeah, one way or
Even
another.
if it wasn't reciprocated.
Right.
He's going away forever, isn't he?
Likely, yeah, I'd say.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's going the Harvey Weinstein route. Now, will there be a bunch of names brought up? That's, I think, what everybody's waiting for to see who are these all celebrities that were at the freak parties.
I hope they all get outed. If the stories you read are true, they all need to go to jail. Everyone who participated, for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
P. Diddy.
Mr. Looks just sent in a picture of the Chandelier Bar where Jackson wore the Sleepless in Seattle t-shirt.
Yeah. Is he
So
there?
he's there right now.
8:50 in the morning?
6:50
yeah.
local time.
Probably still there, not just showing
Oh,
up.
Mr. Licks likes horse?
Well, yeah, maybe a little jet lagged. Maybe you didn't start the night till like midnight. Then you get after it.
This is in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chandelier Bar. Jackson wore the Sleepless in Seattle t-shirt and the bachelorette parties were eyeing you. They be eyeing you?
They were eyeing me, but not in like a come hither way. Kind of like.
They thought you were one of the waiters or something?
No. They was like, look at that freak boy.
Oh.
Seeing the picture or just a picture of the Chandelier Bar?
Just a picture of the Chandelier
Yeah,
Bar.
it's hard to find.
Oh,
Does
no,
look
don't get
gorgeous.
down on him.
I was actually looking through my drawers this morning and almost picked the Sleepless in Seattle shirt for today.
Did you?
Just to taunt the balloon party people?
I love the t-shirt. I stand by it.
I just picked the warmest thing I had without wearing a jacket this morning. God, it was cold.
Well, what hotel is a Chandelier Bar in?
Cosmopolitan. No poker room there, Doug. How do you feel about that?
What's the best poker room in Vegas?
I don't really play much anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah, when you
Back in the day, at the very beginning, the 2000s, Bellagio, and I feel like Aria, and I don't know now. I'm out of touch.
What makes
they'd own my soul, Doug.
Would they?
What makes a good poker room and like a bad poker room?
Action. People willing to play pots. Gotcha. You know.
Cocktail waitresses.
Fredo. Yep.
Those hotels out there are really something to see. Just to walk around and look at the hotels.
That's what me and KG did.
Yeah.
Licks just sent in a picture of him from the Chandelier Bar this morning.
Okay, well, that's all we need him.
An older gentleman last night told me if he was as good looking as me, he'd be swimming, and then he uses a 5-letter word for cat or kitten.
Seems like he was propositioning Mr. Licks himself.
Yeah, I think that's a good read.
Yeah, that's something you say to like get the guy drawn in. Like, oh shucks, you're too kind. Next thing you know, your legs akimbo.
Legs akimbo.
You think Mr. Licks was penetrated by this gentleman?
I'm just saying that it's a slippery slope. Once one little comment goes one way,
yeah.
Next thing you know, you're down in just another whiskey, and who knows what might come. Literally.
Yeah, bad boy.
What does it take before the legs go akimbo?
Legs akimbo.
Good conversation.
With an older gentleman?
Well, yeah, I'd say. Maybe, hey, listen, maybe, a transaction, and that's, I
You
believe.
think Mr. Licks is a gigolo?
Well, when in Rome, you know.
Wow.
What?
It's legal out there in some parts.
It is?
In some parts.
Not in Vegas proper, it isn't legal.
I don't think in Vegas proper, but what's that town right outside it?
Where the bunny ranch is.
Is it
Henderson?
No, Paradise? Something? I thought there was some area out
The
there.
Strip is actually in Paradise. It's
Okay.
not in Las Vegas. Fun fact for no one tell.
Right downtown's Vegas.
Is it in Gonorrhea, Nevada?
I think Reno, it's prostitution's legal.
Is it?
Yeah. Where's the bunny ranch?
I know, it's out in the middle of nowhere, I thought.
I thought that was Henderson.
Henderson, I thought that was like the residential area of Vegas. Like, if you're from Vegas, you probably live in Henderson.
Steven Jackson, number 39.
Mm-hmm.
He was texting with Heidi Fleiss the other day.
Brad Thompson's from Vegas.
That's right.
Bryce Harper.
That's right.
Yeah. There's
like
3
that.
right there.
Yeah.
We got one more for the
Greg Maddox.
Mount Rushmore.
Greg Maddox, Dexter
Okay.
Fowler.
There's our Mount Rushmore.
Just did it. Alex Petrangelo, once he left Edmonton.
That's right.
That's correct. James Carlton is from Webster Groves. He's online at carltoninsurance.net. He's down on the Tigers. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's okay. Doug, they can still go 11-1.
Well, they could. They're not going to.
314-961-4800 to go online at carltoninsurance.net. That's my insurance agent. 388 5-star reviews when you type his name in Google. He's online at carltoninsurance.net. Work with James Carlton. He will do wonderful work for you. carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton.
Very dramatic.
State Farm. Get some work in. I might go there today. Doug, I got this Rapsodo.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to dial in your carry distances, I set the thing up and I just sit there and I just bang balls.
Oh, do you really?
Bang balls. Yeah. At Family Golf. Yeah, I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. And with the weather like it is, I mean, the weather for the forecast is just incredible.
70s and
72, 76, 79, 81, 84, 71. Now we got a problem next Monday. Now we got a problem a little bit.
What?
62, 60, 63, 66. Those are the highs. Now we got a little bit of a problem. We got lows. I see 40 back-to-back days. That means we're hovering around 39, and now we got a problem.
Yeah, we do.
Now we got a problem. Oh, boy.
I don't like that.
That's a problem. Okay, I didn't know that was coming. Well, get your work in this week. Compress the ball this week at Family Golf and Learning Center, double-decker driving range, par 3 golf course, the short game area, indoor simulators when the weather gets cold. Can't argue with that at Family Golf and Learning Center. That is where you can practice and get your work in as well. Plus, they've got these sim leagues going on as well at Family Golf.
I like the heated driving ranges up there.
Yeah, they do have
a little chilly. You
leaders.
just feel like you're in Florida, 75 degrees.
Hey guys, Rapsodo is a St. Louis-based company, by the way. That's exactly right.
Is it?
I got one. Doug, you want to guess my carry distances?
For what club?
I guess I've done it with 8-iron all the way down to 58 degree. I don't carry a 60.
Okay. We're going to guess every distance.
Carrying with the 8, I'm going to go 154.
Oh, God. Hold on a second. I got to log in.
Did he just insult your distance?
I think that might really be the number.
I played a handful of rounds with the man.
Yeah. I think that might be the number, Doug.
Boy, if I could hit an 8-iron 154.
Well, you can.
I'd be skipping into the studio.
Would you?
And what the Rapsodo thing will do, you'll see your club head speed. And so, which will probably be 83 plus miles per hour. But I would imagine the club face is open. That's all.
There's no doubt
And then all of a
about
sudden, that's going to be corrected. And the next thing you know, you're hitting an 8-iron 160. What do you think, 168 and a half?
169 or so.
Oh, man. What a world.
Yeah.
I haven't compressed the ball in years.
It doesn't matter. Just hit a 7-iron.
Trust me, I do.
Just hit a 6 if that's not enough.
It's the toughest when you're playing with someone new.
Did you say 154?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Nice going, Jackie.
Wow. You hacked into my phone again to look at the cockpicks?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's not
That's
too
why
hard
you
to guess.
hacked in?
It's not too hard to guess the password.
Yeah.
What was it?
Reese.
It's Ella Reese, and then baby, all lowercase.
Yeah, BBY, though.
To look at Tim's picture of his naughty bits?
Flip that off.
Yeah. Well, just to check in.
Yeah.
You know, make sure everything's all right.
Okay.
But I forgot what I was going to say before. And
Hitting your
just thinking about
7-iron,
Tim's
150
Wayne.
yards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's depressing. It's tough when you're playing with someone new.
It shouldn't be depressing. Just hit what you hit.
Well, when you're playing with someone new and you're like playing a par 3 and you hit a ball and it's like, you know, on the front of the green or something, and they're like, oh, which club did you hit? I'm trying to figure it out.
Lie about it.
Yeah, that's what they do in
They
tour.
don't know.
I have thought about that.
Who cares? What difference does it make?
It's just a little emasculating sometimes.
Well, it shouldn't
It's
be.
wrong. It's wrong for it to feel that way.
Play
but it
your
does.
game.
Trust-
Play
hey,
your game.
I'm with it. And tee it forward. Too many guys playing too far back.
And too many guys think they're going to hit the ball farther than they do.
Yeah. Is there anything more tough than like waiting for the green to clear on a par 5 when you have like 240 in and then you just hit a worm burner about 125 yards?
It's the toughest thing in life.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like you waited 5 minutes for that.
Just hit on a regular par 4, just hit a perfect drive and then to duff your next shot.
Yeah.
That's
That
horrible.
always is tough.
I wouldn't say it's the worst thing in the world.
No, I'd say blading a chip is one of the worst feelings in the world.
Yeah.
Worse than like a serious car wreck or something?
Well, okay, relative to golf. Like blading a chip and then it rolls into a bunker.
Yeah.
Like I just want to bury myself in the ground.
Yeah. Golf would be a lot more fun if there weren't no sand traps.
I agree.
It would be.
Yeah.
The inferiority complex thing from the day. This is so odd. It's from Breezeway.
Expound on that, Breezeway. That felt like a drive-by shot at everybody.
It did.
And I feel like
Just went right over our heads.
Yeah, I feel like expounding on that a little bit would be appreciated by not only us, but the audience.
Mm-hmm. We had to duck, but we knew something whizzed right over our heads.
Guys, I love how Iggy said he was texting with Heidi Fleiss, and you guys all just blew right past it like, nope, not today.
Yeah.
That's some Scooter.
I didn't hear that. What'd she say? What'd she say? What did you say to text her?
I just hadn't talked to her in a while. I just said, hope you're doing well.
Just right out of the blue, you said that.
Yeah.
And she said in return?
Good to hear from you. I'm doing well. How about you? We just kind of chatted for a bit.
And that was going to be the story, the whole story? Nothing else came out?
We were talking about Vegas and Henderson, and she lives in Vegas still, and I just thought of that.
Okay. You still think you might have a shot with her?
Oh, no. She does nothing for me.
Oh.
But she's nice.
Okay.
She's been through a lot.
Yeah. Well, she caused a lot of... She brought a lot of it on
Well, she
herself.
did, but then she just been through a lot. Lost a fortune. Now she's raising birds in a trailer home, I think.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well,
she was the hottest thing going.
when you get into prostitution, oftentimes it doesn't go well.
I'm gay for Doug.
She won't even tell me names. Said, off the record, just between you and me, give me one name. She said, I can't do that.
No.
She could have made a fortune just releasing the names.
Well, she might have wound up dead if she'd done that. Has a way of happening to people. Epstein comes to mind.
Yep, you guys made the right decision to blow right past it. Carry on. That's from Scooter. Beer Cats, it didn't happen. Asked to see the text. He absolutely dropped that nugget, and you all absolutely ignored it. It was amazing. That's from Beer Cats, Doug. He won the first ever Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. You can be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month by going to tmastl.com, signing up, and you can maintain your anonymity.
Okay.
And that's an invaluable currency.
It really is. Yeah.
That's the Baldwin Beer Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Caller Jen, back-to-back females winning Listener of the Month.
I thought Baldwin was going to call in with story of Cephos.
Yeah, that's right, in Washington, D.C.
Mhm.
Yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know.
She just texted in and told us what was going on. Did
You
you
want the
text
call?
in? Did you text in yesterday? And
Yeah, I sent a pic.
Okay. A lot happened out there in Baldwin, apparently.
Thanks for engaging with us, Doug. Damn you! That's from Clevie Wade.
Oh, I just wanted to know.
yeah,
Couple
we
people
spent 30,
brought it up.
Spent 30 seconds on it. Sorry, we wasted your time.
Hey, I see the delectable Danny Pintaro's in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I saw that too. Has he been in there before?
I don't know. I don't recognize the name. Doug, he played Jonathan, didn't he, on Who's the Boss?
I don't know what he played. I don't know.
Danny Pintaro?
Yeah. And that was Sam, Sam's brother, but they weren't really related because Tony came to be the maid for Judith Light and her very sexual mom, Mona.
No.
We're doing QFD tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Here's your cute boy still image for tomorrow.
there he is,
Is that the shirtless one?
No, it's just him, like for whatever reason, with a ton of headroom in this professional shot.
Yeah, easy on the eyebrow shears, huh?
Big old pompadour.
Is that Catherine Harold? Was that her name?
Doug Catherine Harold.
I just don't know.
She was also in Soap, which was
She was.
a show way before.
And
its
that's
time.
where Billy Crystal was smooching with the boys.
Yeah.
Catherine Hellman.
Oh boy, some of these Danny Pintaro shirtless.
Yeah,
pics
it's
are wild.
those are great.
Well, there's one of him wearing like what I assume a pharaoh would wear in Egypt with like a big gold necklace, but it's like layered.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he looks like Kirk Cousins when he wore that big diamond chain after a Vikings win.
If you're doing a Google image search, my favorite is the sixth one in the top row.
Got it.
Doug's sixth run in the top row.
Is that him in the banana hammock?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, it's just a nice little bulge.
Is he
Yeah,
still,
well, he's in our YouTube chat.
is he still working as an actor?
No, he hasn't done much lately.
Okay.
Doug, we got breaking news in the NFL. Coach has been fired. Do you want to take a guess who it was?
It's probably, I'm guessing it's a coach on a team that wasn't doing very well.
Nice.
Can I have initials, please?
RS.
It's Rex Smith got fired?
No, he still has his job.
Oh.
Who's the coach of the Jets?
Roberto Salazar?
By definition, you said it accidentally. Robert Saleh. He's gone.
Sala. Okay.
He's been terminated.
Yeah.
Didn't have a real long run there.
No. Tumultuous.
Can't make it through 5 weeks.
He got 21, 22, 23, and then 5 weeks and 24. Gone.
Okay. The Jets coach?
Yep.
Greenberg was trashing him the other day on his show. Said he's the worst coach he's ever seen. The guy can't coach.
Gosh.
And look, he's gone. Power of Greenberg.
Yep.
Andy Reid keeps getting it done.
Somehow,
He's a likable
someway.
guy, and he is a coach.
I like Andy Reid a lot.
It's hard not to.
Missouri Tiger offensive line coach with Bob Stoll?
Yes.
Yeah, Andy Reid's very likable.
Yeah, he is. He might be the most successful of any coach going right now that Belichick's out of the league.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's had more success than he has still working.
No, Andy Reid. For sure.
Oh, Salah has 7 kids. Sweet mother of mercy.
Really?
I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is happy he's in his career in that mess.
Now them on a Sunday charge. I think they got Monday night. Don't they have Monday Night Football next week?
I don't know the schedule, Tim.
Yeah, against the Bills. Now, they could have won last week. He had the ball in his hand with a chance to win the game. The final drive didn't do it. Week before, they had a chance to win, missed a 50-yard field goal. They could very easily be 4-2.
Yeah.
Morning. Did you guys get to the Heidi Fly story yet? I put down the Wall Street Journal to rush to my antique radio to hear the breaking news that one of your producers texted her and she responded back, and that was apparently worth interrupting the show for. That's from glove blogger Tom Traylor.
I didn't mind the story.
They didn't interrupt anything. They didn't acknowledge it.
I didn't hear it when
And
you said
before
it.
people say I can't count, I said they could very easily be 4-2 after 5 weeks. They could very easily be 4-1.
Okay. Now, how long before you text Heidi again?
Maybe a year. I may go home today and text her.
How did the conversation end yesterday?
I didn't text her yesterday.
When did you text her?
Why are you doing this,
I said a
Doug?
couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you got something better?
We're just
KG?
now getting around to it.
Go back to Salah's kids.
Yeah, 7 of them. 5 boys and 2 girls.
How long did the text conversation last?
How long does it take to text?
I don't. You brought the story up. I'm just trying to get to the meat of it.
I gave you the meat of it.
Text me and I'll talk dirty to you.
Is that what you said?
I was hoping that would happen.
You were hoping to get into a little phone sex action?
Phone sex, yeah. What are you wearing?
You think people are having as much phone sex as they did in like the
FaceTime.
halcyon days?
No,
yeah,
because you can FaceTime now.
Yeah, it's true. I was playing pickup hoops yesterday with a couple guys up at the place I play.
Were your
and
shirts or skirts?
I kept my shirt on.
Oh, darn it.
And the whole game, he was FaceTiming his girlfriend just the whole time.
While he's playing?
While he's playing.
One-handed playing?
No, his phone was in his shoe,
Oh.
his outside shoes, and he put it in the shoe itself and was FaceTiming the entire game to his girlfriend.
You just want to see him ball.
I guess.
Oh,
quite odd.
We need to see his ankle.
Not
No.
the shoe he was wearing, Iggy.
It was angled up. It was angled up. It was outside shoes, not his basketball shoes.
Doug, breaking news regarding the South Florida game with Memphis.
All right, is it off?
It was supposed to be Friday, but now it's going to be moved to Saturday at 3:30. So adjust your parlay card. You
Where's
still
the
have
game?
more time.
At Memphis?
South Florida.
They're really going to try to play. South Florida's in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
They think they can play on Saturday?
I just read what Pete Thamel writes.
I would move. Yeah, wouldn't you move that? I guess
would
on a
think.
short notice like this, you can't move it to Memphis.
I'll bet they won't have the game if anybody wants action.
Yeah, I would.
It'll be an optics issue and or a logistics issue. If anybody wants the action, I'll give you 1.3 to 1 on your money. If anybody wants it.
Unless they somehow get lucky and the storm veers away from Tampa at the last minute.
Which does not seem likely.
No.
No, I don't. Yeah, if they're not going to move the game they're planning on having on Tampa on Saturday, I don't think they'll have the game.
And how's Memphis going to get in?
Right.
I mean, they might even have flights after Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, they're flying private, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if the airports will be open
Right.
by Friday.
Yeah, I doubt that that's going to take place.
We're really worried about this Memphis-South Florida game.
Yeah, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Go Bulls.
Yeah. Okay. Jim Levitt's still the coach there? He's not, is he? He's not. He was at Mizzou when I was there. Left fielder. Mm-hmm. And football player. Played both.
Well, let's hope they get lucky. Maybe it does move. A lot of times these storms can move, even if they go a little bit south, a little bit north. It misses, and because this is a big one.
The mayor of Tampa saying if you're in the evacuation zone, you are going to die.
Wow.
She said that on CNN last night. She was interviewed on CNN and said if you are in the evacuation
You're
zone,
going to die.
She wasn't, and the anchor was like, wow, that was very blunt. She's like, yeah, you're going to die. It wasn't like you may be in trouble. It was you were going to die.
Even if you were in a new cement house up on the second floor, maybe third floor, or if you had a strong boat to try to get through the floodwaters, you still might be hit with a flying telephone pole.
Projectiles, because there's a bunch of trash out in the streets from Helene.
Right.
And that's usually the issue with,
and
hurricanes.
it'll create its own projectiles, too,
exactly
as it blows through other houses.
Yeah. Oh, it's, like when you compare like hurricanes, tornadoes, obviously tornadoes are less damaging in total, but they happen so fast that it's tough to get out. But with hurricanes, you always get the opportunity to get out. I just really hope everybody is heeding this warning and getting out of there.
Don't you think there's also people, when all this debris gets picked up from the ocean and tossed around, people are getting hit by big fish?
Like marlin?
I bet that happens too.
Spear someone? Mm-hmm. By a Sharknado thing?
Yeah. Oh, what a mess.
I don't think they fly out of the water. They may end up in your basement after the flooding, but they're not.
Well,
flying.
it's in the water, and if that storm picks up a lot of the water and blows it every which way, there's got to be some fish flying through the air too.
Of course, Libby Jack believes and quotes fake news CNN. That's from Eric in the Central West End, who you say is our hottest listener.
If he wants, I can just write his text for him because I know what they're going to be and when they're coming. Like I could take something off your plate, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You're still handsome though. Boy, howdy.
Well, it's not fake news. The guy said it. He may be
she.
There's a woman. Yeah.
She, whatever.
That you're going to die? That was what he said. That was the fake news.
That's what she said. She said, oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know. She said it on CNN.
Then I talked to my sister in Orlando. I said, you guys safe from this? Are you far enough inland? She goes, yeah, but we're still going to get flooded and our power's going to go out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big this thing is.
My son's on the highway now, driving from Tampa up to Georgia to stay with cousins. The highway's not moving very fast because they got 3 or 4 million people trying to get out.
I-75. Yeah. So he's going to Georgia, you said?
Yeah.
Where's he going in Georgia?
By Warner Robins, where the cousins live. It's a big Air Force base there. Yeah. They're Air Force people.
They're saying it's going to make landfall on Wednesday morning is what they're predicting. So if you're like, you have to wait in traffic, but it's better than risking it. Some people are going south, too. There's more people going south.
One of the problems is that the people sit on the highway so long without moving, they run out of gas.
Yeah. That happened in Virginia. Remember when that snowstorm, the people were stuck on the highway in their cars for like 30 hours.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I did hear him say it's okay to drive on the shoulder of the roads.
Oh, yeah. That's turned into a 5 or 6 lane.
But they don't turn the highways the other way. You know, the southbound highway never gets turned into northbound to get more people out.
Right.
TMA social media correspondent, Doug's prison wallet. Doug, he monitors all of the pages.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, did you guys catch Iggy's burner account on the fan page posting about weaponized hurricanes? Iggy, you not only have a burner, it's now been identified, and you post about weaponized hurricanes on the fan page.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the idea that the government somehow is causing these hurricanes to go in a certain direction.
That has been something you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of politicians that have told me, we're the ones that are responsible. It wasn't going to be big, but we took care of it.
Nice. There you go.
No, I'm not on the fan page, and I don't have a burner account for the fan page. If I want to get back on the fan page, I just tell Jackson I'm getting back on.
Well,
accept
sure
me.
And then you could post.
That'd be a hell of a
tempted?
moment.
That would be a hell of a moment. Can you imagine?
It would be like when Jordan just sent time back.
I wouldn't announce it like some of these people. That's it. Leaving the fan page. That's it. I'm leaving the fan page.
I always like the comments underneath that when someone says that. They'll always say, this is not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure.
Michelle Smallman would always say that.
Eric in the Central West End's MAGA ass can go jump off the Poplar Street. Fight on, Libby Jack. That's some little Tommy Tribbins.
No.
Getting your sport. Oh, what do we got?
It's all love.
Because he's attractive, but what if he weren't attractive?
I want to preach love, not divisiveness. You know, we can all get together, we're all Americans. We can all work together. And
is there a certain respect among beefcake?
Yeah, there's. I mean, you got to tip your cap because it's not like it's like God given. Obviously, that's there, but he also is in really good shape, and that's hard work.
You like his body?
I appreciate the dedication. I guess I appreciate the dedication.
So you go to Lifetime?
I don't know on
Well, his dad was always thin. I played Indian ball with him as a kid.
Yikes. Native American.
Yeah, come on, Doug.
Hey, Eric in the Central West End, go stand on the beach in Tampa holding a metal rod. That's from Big Tough.
That's not nice.
No, it's
A
not.
metal rod.
You remember-
Hoping he gets hit by a lightning strike. It's not enough to the storm surge and the wind and
The lightning
the
needs
flooding.
to finish him off.
They want the lightning to get him.
That's exactly what they
and they
want.
toss tornadoes into the mix also.
Yep. Which bad. Buzz is on the line?
Not anymore. He had a work call
Delivery.
he had to jump off for.
Okay, sorry. Buzz.
Delivery.
Somebody's going to play with his ass, so he left.
That's the reason?
Gosh.
I forgot that he delivers Jack in the Box tacos.
In the Wentzville territory.
You ever had a Jack in the Box taco?
J-O-B,
No.
J-O-B.
No, I haven't.
You gotta slather it in that buttermilk ranch.
Nothing
Oh,
about it
God.
is appetizing, but somehow it's like White Castle, where it's like all of the ingredients. You're like, I don't know if I'd like this, and it somehow tastes good. when
They're
you
good
eat
for
it.
breakfast.
The tacos.
You got to start your day off, Doug.
Is Jack in the Box even a thing? The one by me is long since shut down.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Yeah, they used to be 2 for $1. I don't know what they are.
It
Yeah,
still is.
they're in the nicer areas, right?
Huntley has 2.
What did they do? It was brand new.
Yeah, they got another one.
One in
the
both.
Von Gondards were pissed that the Bushes
There's one
kept
on-
hogging the drive-through.
Well, they were pissed that Annie Ann's went downtown, so they wanted to get a second Jack in the Box.
So now there's a Jack in the Box on virtually every street in Huntley.
Eric in the Central West End has issued a statement. I canceled my Lifetime membership. They have too many members. It's just a big lip filler social club in there. It's from Eric in the Central West End. He got out because of the lip filler.
Lip filler. I go there. I don't see a lot of lip filler
Are you looking?
or socializing, really.
Are you gonna
Well,
get-
I see people. Most of them are working out.
Have you considered getting filler yourself, or maybe
Sure I have.
maybe a BBL?
Yeah. A Brazilian butt lift? Is that
Yeah.
what?
I just really, I want, like, in 10 years, KMOV will be like, where are they now? And it's Doug with new hair done, lip filler, and a
Big lips.
BBL.
Right.
You look,
Black hair.
look like Amber Rose.
Amber Rose. Hey, why don't you go to 100 West Dental before you get the lip filler? Get the teeth taken care of, and then you get the lip filler with Dr. Brandon Pryor, 100westdental.com, or call 636-585-0100. There's no phone call needed to get in, though. You just check the calendar online for availability and book right then and there. No insurance, no dental insurance, no problem. The membership plan aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. And they have a huge offer going on right now that if you mention my name, you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it'll look like before you even go through with it. I've been to 100 West Dental right there across from Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Baldwin. Incredible facilities, brand new, and I'm telling you, you got to get in to see the dentist, and you want it to be 100 West Dental. 100westdental.com, Dr. Brandon Pryor, 100westdental.com. Mention my name and get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. In about 25 minutes, we're going to have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. In 37 minutes, we're going to have Balloon Party. Jackson, Doug wants to know what we got lined up. You've got this thing mapped out. What do we got?
I call my question set today, "The night is darkest just before dawn."
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, it was kind of a solemn program yesterday. It was a little downtrodden, and so
The listeners were happy.
That's true, but it's like an inverse thing. It's like what must go up must go down. Like for us, if we're happy, they're not happy. If they're happy, we're not happy. So I'm trying to flip the script a little.
The night is dark and full of takes.
Nice.
There you go. That's a good one too.
I'm kind of
TBA
surprised
that.
Mizzou didn't give Drinkwitz a longer extension on his contract.
It's a
after
Missouri special.
Yeah. So that's what the Cardinals did.
Yeah.
Because the
Columbia
schedule
and
could be
East.
tougher next year at the beginning, and you don't want it to get off to a bad start.
Right.
People call for his
Lame
head.
duck coach. He's already been extended like 2 or 3 times.
I know.
I can't keep. I'll just extend him with a lifetime coach.
And he's up to like $6 million or so. Isn't
$9.
He? $9 million a year.
That's right.
Highest paid state employee.
What a great job.
Why don't we coach?
The only thing would be better, I think, would be a basketball coach. Because some of them make that much money, too. And it can't be as much work as a football coach.
It's probably less, but you're probably overseeing. Like football coach might oversee more, but I think the basketball coach is more involved. Like Drink doesn't call the plays on either side of the ball.
I don't know, but he's in on everything. There's a lot more cats to herd in football than there are in basketball.
Yeah, but you have also a lot more assistants in football.
Yeah.
I've been told, I don't know if you guys can find it, the audio of the post game with him and Chris Trevino. It's about 15 seconds, I've been told.
Drink and Chris
I
Trevino?
looked for it and I couldn't find it, but maybe I did a poor job looking. I
How
don't
do you
know.
spell Trevino?
Gervino.
Gervino. Come on, he's been around for 30 years.
Almighty. Can you not spell Doppler Dave either?
Who's Doppler? Oh, is that,
Don't you dare. Doug will come across this dais.
I can take a lot, but I can't take that.
Doug, who do you think the highest paid coach is in college football?
The highest paid Kirby Smart?
Yes.
Okay.
You think?
Well, he would deserve to be, right?
I think second. I bet you're not going to get this
Can
one.
I have initials?
I'll give you a conference. ACC.
ACC.
Debo Sweeney.
Debo. Correct his brother.
Dabo Sweeney.
Is he number 2?
He is.
Oh, is he really? Hadn't done much in the last couple of years.
Next one, Big Ten.
Big Ten. Who's the coach at Ohio State?
Ryan Day.
Okay, I'm going with Ryan Day.
No, I'm sorry.
Kirk Ferentz. He's been around a while. Can I have initials, please?
LR.
LR. Larry Reed.
No, he didn't get it. He didn't get it this year.
Lindsey Ruckingham. Lars Wisconsin. Second letter, first name, please.
I.
It is Lindsay.
Wendy Ruff.
Lindsay Ruff.
Jackson's masturbation material.
He's doing football now.
Yeah.
Third letter, please.
N.
It is Lindsay. Lindsay Nelson. Lindsay Nelson. Oh, he's been dead for years. Third letter, please.
C.
Lincoln Riley.
Yes.
See, that was easy. I got that immediately.
And he gets to use the private jet whenever he wants.
I forgot they were in the Big Ten now.
Well, they have been for a while now. 10 years or so.
USC?
Oh, I thought you said
USC?
talking about. I was thinking Nebraska. Sorry,
No, I
never
was
mind.
talking Lincoln Riley.
You were thinking Lincoln, Nebraska.
Right.
Yeah.
I heard Lincoln Riley. I was thinking Lincoln, Nebraska.
You think you can get the?
Okay, that was fun. Oh, there's another one. Okay, who's
you can
next?
get the fourth.
How about the guy at Alabama now?
No.
No. Can I have initials?
SS.
Steve Smith. Sam Steve Sarkisian.
Yes, I'm going to give that to you.
Okay, see, Steve Sarkisian. How do you spell that last name?
You were trying to make up a name and you were actually right.
Yeah.
Flat Avenue boy wants to be known as Debo Sweeney going forward. I don't know if you guys will give it to him or not.
I said Sweeney.
Doug, is that Peter Millar? It looks sharp. I love that shade of blue.
I don't know who makes it. I don't know. This whole thing, I don't know who makes it.
It's Harrison's brother, Master.
Okay.
I wish I was a member when Doug was there. We could have shared a steam. That's America in the Central West End.
Well, I still go there.
Oh, then go back.
Okay. I do go in the steam room from time to time, but there's so much steam you can't make out who else is in there.
So you're looking?
You can see there are occasionally people there, but you can't see their faces.
Tim, you ran to that in Vegas, didn't you?
Yeah, a guy was masturbating, and another guy was sitting across from him, and that was tough.
They call that mutual?
I guess so.
Yeah. Did you have to tell somebody?
And I did. And I felt like, was I narking, you know?
Kind of kink shaving.
Yeah.
Was that kink shaming?
You were a stool pigeon.
It might have been.
When I walked in, I truly was like, I look forward to this.
Yeah.
And it was like two guys in their 60s.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You go to the Cosmo Chandelier Bar, start having a couple drinks, next thing you know, you're in a steam room.
Right.
No.
I'm telling you, man. Happens more often than you think. Tim just told us a story about it.
Never seen such behavior.
And then the most disconcerting part about it, outside of seeing another man stroking his love, was but a moment later when I went to notify staff that this was going on in the steam room, and she wasn't alarmed. She goes, like, this has been a problem. You know, like, oh, not again.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe if you did something about it, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, what do you do? Put no beating off signs?
Throw
like
them
when you
out.
walk in
Throw
there?
them out for starters.
We had a issue with that at the gym I used to go to as a kid. There was every time the hot tub would open, some old guy would go in there and crap in it.
What?
And then they'd
on.
shut it down for a week to clean it, and then as soon as it would reopen, he would go and crap in it.
Where did this happen?
They couldn't figure out this rascal.
Where did this happen?
I won't say the place.
Do a live read.
How twisted do you have to be to do that?
If you know my background, you could probably guess.
It was a J. It was a J, wasn't it?
I didn't say anything. But it happened a lot. I never walked in on mutual happening. And the fact, like, the staff would probably have to walk into the steam room golf pants and polo and tell these two guys, hey, fellas.
Well, do it. You work there.
When you're finished, come up to the front desk.
No, not when you're finished. Just you're out. Get out of here. Don't come back.
Customer service.
God, people are sick.
That's borderline kink shaming, though.
Well, that's what I do.
I do love a steam.
I never found anything sexy about a steam room.
No.
Enough to get a boner.
You do feel great when you leave it, though.
You feel like you lost a pound or two.
I'm more of a sauna guy. I like the heat more than the steam.
Well, you get both in the steam. You get heat.
Wow, Jackson, you had a membership at the J as a child. Unrelatable. That's from Big Tuft.
My mom worked for the Jewish Light, which is right next to the J, and she got like an employee, like some sort of discount. And so we had a family membership.
Oh, gosh. A lot of wealth.
Yeah.
A lot of wealth there.
It's unrelatable. I don't like it. Send your emails in. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. It's going to come your way in about 20 minutes. Then we've got that It's Always Darkest Before Piddles.
It might be. Yeah, that's actually better.
Okay, that's coming up at 10 o'clock. And we're going to talk about the Chiefs win, the Royals win, and how the UMKC Kangaroos are looking this upcoming year.
Wow, boy,
Bob Sunvold.
I was so up in arms about the Saints wearing the black helmets last
you love
night.
their uniforms, too.
They look more like Missouri than Missouri normally looks.
With the all-white, you got to wear the gold helmets for the Saints. The all-white with the gold helmet for the Saints is like one of, if not the best NFL uniform in my estimation. And you take it away with that black helmet. It looked ridiculous. They look like Purdue.
They look more like Missouri last night.
I thought they looked like Purdue.
Well, you couldn't see the fleur-de-lis.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Purdue wears gold helmets, don't they?
Yeah.
So why would they look like Purdue if they had black helmets?
They wear black helmets sometimes, too. They wear both.
Both of them.
Okay.
I think, actually, they wear black helmets more often. The Texans' uniforms also this weekend were awful. Did not like those.
Yeah, I saw that. What the hell was that about?
That was awful. That new H logo looks terrible. And then they had, like, you could barely see the names on the back of the jersey. No good. No good. Not every team needs an all-black jersey. I feel like they all feel like they want to have one. The Ravens look great in all black. I don't think the Texans do.
No. Just wear the uniform you're supposed to wear, or some slight variation.
Yeah, the Texans can get away with it more because they're an expansion team and still relatively young. But if you're like an all-time team, like the Giants throwbacks they had in Week 1, awful. Awful.
Giants have fantastic uniforms when they wear their blue.
Yeah.
With the
Giants
gray
with the
or silver
written
pants.
out on the helmet.
I like that, too.
Way better than
I like that, too.
Lowercase.
You like that, Doug, more than the lowercase
I like the NY.
The NY is like
really?
a
You're a
discount
controversial
Yankee.
host, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a discount Yankee logo with that
Discount.
lowercase NY. No good. No good. Illinois also needs to write it out on the side, too. Kind of in the Giants. Same
Yeah, it is in that Giants font.
Yeah. Keep doing that. But they're going to be wearing the red Granges in 2 weeks.
Hey, we'll break. We got to close out the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. 9 o'clock hour brought to you by 5P, Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance. That's coming your way next. This is TMA presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Craving a fiesta for your taste buds? Welcome to Rosalita's Cantina, your ultimate Tex-Mex getaway. Indulge in their mouth-watering tacos, queso-smothered burritos, and the best chips and salsa imaginable. Dine in on their beautiful patio, majestic bar, elegant dining hall, or grab it to go. And don't forget to check out their location at Enterprise Center. No game or concert is complete without nachos and a margarita. Rosalita's Cantina, where the sunshine never ends. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Ready to step your game up to the next level? 5P Academy is the place for any high-level 8 to 18-year-old football player. Based in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have national travel, 7-on-7, and flag football teams with professional coaches. Pre-registration for our 2025 season tryouts in November is open now. Come be a part of the championship-winning 5P family. For more details, email info@5pacademy.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor. It does not provide tax advice. Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's private exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With private exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass private exclusives because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
Hi, this is Chris Pondoff from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who battled alcoholism and addiction for 20 plus years, I understand the dark places you can find yourself stuck in. Alcoholism and substance abuse takes a heavy toll on your body and your mind, but you can overcome it. Start your journey to recovery at the Illinois Recovery Center, a rehab treatment center that provides comprehensive and customized rehabilitation addiction treatment. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that there is hope. Visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com today.
Hello, it's me, Tom Schmidt. I'm happy to tell you about Salt and Smoke and all the...
I'm going to let you finish, Tom, but first, why don't you take a break, okay? You've been doing this for 57 years. Have you had time to think about that? Waffle cones, World's Fair? No. Lean brisket, popovers, Cracker Mac, whiskeys, bourbons, custom cocktails, maybe even wings trashed. I don't know. But that doesn't matter if you don't accept my love, Tom. Will you accept my love? Will you kiss me?
Salt and Smoke.
Oh, and Iggy should quit.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Featuring the morning after, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day.
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
49 years in the making. Stanley Cup is ours for the taking. We got this. You can't stop this. From the bottom to the top, we drop hits. Tarasenko, Braden Sheen, Petrangelo. These boys are mean. Thomas setting up the back end.
You have a problem with the pronunciation.
So fresh, so clean. Sharpen up the blades. Blood, sweat, and tears over deck.
Braden Sheen.
Last place in the whole league.
Rhyme it.
Best in the West.
like it.
Dig deep. Boston Bruins versus St. Louis
This is
Blues.
real, this is not AI.
This is acoustic sessions.
Finals going
AS.
down. Who's the best? Pound for pound. Load your players with Gloria. I can feel a sense of euphoria. One more round. That's what's up. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup. St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup.
Gonna get home early, Doug, to watch the game.
Yeah, I'll try to watch it.
Just making fun of the fact that it starts.
think people are taking half days.
You said that with a laugh. There will be some who will do just that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hope so.
Would you?
No.
Not sure you're even in St. Louis.
Well, like, would I leave early from work? Like, if I had the option, yeah, but I wouldn't take, like, PTO.
But you'd watch it at work to keep up with it. You wouldn't.
Probably not.
Or you can listen to it.
101 ESPN.
That's right.
Home of the Blues.
Jamie Rivers.
Jamie's on the TV
Oh, that's
broadcast.
right.
Curbs.
Or Joey Vitale, our buddy.
Right.
Pacific Northwest.
Beautiful this time of year, Doug. Foliage. And
We have foliage everywhere. We have
evergreens.
Everywhere has leaves.
we don't have any here yet.
I saw a
But we
couple.
will.
I saw a couple amber-looking leaves on the ground this morning, or a couple days ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you fascinated by it? Want to schedule a vacation around it?
I stared at it for about 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't just see that everywhere or every year.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have leaves fall to the ground and change color.
Not like they have in Amherst.
Some years you don't.
We have it everywhere.
If you get too early of a frost, you don't really get a good foliage.
Give me your foliage.
Doesn't seem.
I've never felt like, geez, the fall colors just didn't last long enough. I'm really upset by this. Never once.
But when the trees are barren, don't you?
Then I'm upset. Yeah. Then
Don't you long
Yeah,
for the
but we're
days?
closer to the Masters.
It's true. And then greenery.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not a fan of winter at all. And I'm not that big a fan of leaves turning colors. I look at it, okay, it's nice. It's not something worth scheduling a vacation around.
I also would not.
I could drive almost any highway in St. Louis, head west, and whoops, there's some leaves.
It is cool.
It's fine. It's fine. But it's not something that's
I'm not
just so
saying going to
fantastic
like
that I have to
Vermont.
look at it. I
I'm
can
not. I'm not saying flying to Vermont.
You're
but like,
26 going on 90.
well, but like if you're driving down like Lindell and the overhanging trees and they're all orange and yellow, it's cool.
Okay, it's fine.
You know how I feel about these aesthetics. That's why I want the Rose Bowl at sunset. It's part of the whole vibe.
Some things are relaxing.
I'm
to
whimsical.
some
You guys
people,
aren't
Doug.
whimsical.
Why do you care what people find relaxing?
I don't. I'm just saying, don't schedule a vacation around it. You can look out your window in your backyard and see leaves changing colors.
No, you guys have had the whimsy beat out of you.
I got trees in my yard. I can look at them.
You have a barn off. Not all of us are so blessed.
Well,
I don't even know what that is.
Doug, I saw a picture yesterday. An old man, middle-aged guy, sitting in a driveway with a truck parked in the back, looking through the trees and the sunlight, probably a sunset. Says 3 tips to avoid burnout at work. Take a break, move to the mountains, never come back. That's relaxing.
To some, if you've got money. If you don't have money, good luck with the relaxing
This
part.
guy's got a beat-down truck and a cowboy hat. I don't think he's
Okay.
got much money. But
Well, that's fun to say. I'm not going to do anything. I can relax. But if you don't have a way to take care of yourself, doesn't make sense. It's just a line. It's not based on reality.
well, obviously he can't take care of himself. He just wants to go someplace and don't come back.
Well, we'd all like to just kind of disappear and never work again, but it's not a reality for 99%
Some people come
of the
back to work, but they want to take time off to go look at leaves. So what?
Well, they can do it. I'm saying they can, but it's not for me. There's a lot of
Look what Poo-Poo and Jackson, because he enjoys
There's
it.
a lot of fun things to do out there that are sure as hell beat looking at leaves.
Threesome season.
I want to make it clear. My stance is not everyone should go to their buy tickets and go up to Vermont or New Hampshire to go look at foliage in the fall.
Just check out your backyard.
Didn't that happen to Vito Spatafore and then he was getting those Johnny cakes?
Yeah, he that was an exodus based on need, less so want.
Oh.
But it might have turned into want.
But when he got there, he enjoyed it and enjoyed the butt play and the leaves.
Well, I think that just goes to show that, you make your situation doesn't make you.
Just drive west on 44.
I know, that's
just
what I'm
past
saying.
141.
And I would do
Plenty
that.
of leaves.
Yep.
There, save the trip to Vermont.
Agreed.
And they're not going to look much different.
Now you can have some nice cheese.
I can get cheese anywhere.
Not Vermont cheddar, you can't.
I can probably buy that somewhere if that's what I wanted, and I don't.
You make me feel like a natural woman.
I've never woken up saying, gosh, if I only had some Vermont cheese. Never one time have I had that thought.
What about government cheese?
If I'm poor, yes.
Well, you can't even enjoy yourself no matter what you want to do. If you don't like the winter, you should be able to say, I'm moving to Florida. But now with the weaponized hurricanes, you can't even move there anymore.
Weaponized. Do they have weaponized snowstorms, too?
Probably.
Tornadoes?
You had that with Hurricane Sandy, snowstorm and hurricane at the same time.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Isn't the hurricane season about over?
It starts June 1st, and I think it runs through November, doesn't it?
Was it November? I thought it was October.
Yeah, I thought it was October, too.
My nurse will check.
Of course, last year there were a couple late ones.
Callus Coitus making a play on the Hawk Tua girl getting brought up. That's in the YouTube chat. Watch out where this convo goes. Hawk Tua might be getting brought up here soon.
Why?
I don't know.
About hurricanes? I don't think so.
Is she the one causing them? Someone's at fault. Got to be somebody.
And it's Iggy's burner saying hurricanes are being weaponized on the TMA fan page. I mean, the things that go on, Doug.
I had no idea.
Get down to the glaciers with some hair dryers and start blowing those things. Melt it.
When the leaves change on the peninsula, the quote-unquote straight women's lesbian tendencies come out. Fall time is here. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack, but it's not his wife.
I just don't know that I can believe that.
I'm a submissive bottom.
Okay, Hoffman.
Doug, the virgin, doesn't understand the fall leaf issue because he's dirt poor and doesn't have to worry about raking leaves. Real estate owners hate leaves falling. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Yeah. I had to rake leaves as a kid. Again, this is the whimsy being beat out of people.
The whimsy.
It's not fun going through life just hardened with no joy.
When was the last time you raked a lot of leaves, guy?
Probably in high school.
It is no fun.
No, I know. That's one of
and
the
then the
benefits
neighbor's
of renting.
leaves blow on your yard, and you do it all over again.
Trust me.
And you get out the lawnmower and try to do it that way, and it doesn't always work.
It doesn't work. What? They jam up the blades?
A little, and then it leaves half a leaf behind sometimes.
Well, that sucks. Trust me,
I
I know.
don't have to rake them, but I have to sweep them. They're all over my patio.
Mm-hmm. You just have a blower to blow them out of there?
Well, it's not that big of a patio, but I still have to rake them.
Okay.
Or broom them.
Mm-hmm.
Broom them.
It's better if you have a blower. That cuts the work down.
Yeah, it does, but it's not that big of a patio. It's like...
Well, I mean, for a yard.
5 by 5, if that.
Couldn't you just bend over and pick up a couple leaves on?
Why would I bend over?
Well,
and pick
5
up?
by 5 by 5 patio.
When I
There
can
can't be
sweep
many.
'em.
There can't be many leaves on there.
It's probably 6 by 6.
Okay.
I'm getting close to having a pet squirrel, Doug.
That off.
What?
Buried the lead.
Okay, let's hear about it. He's eating out of your hand now?
It's getting close. He's coming up to the patio and kind of like standing on his hind legs. And then I try to put it out and it backs up, so I'm just kind of tossing it to him.
Mm-hmm.
But at least he's coming up to the patio now to get the nut. He used to just wait for me to throw it into the driveway.
Get the nut.
What kind of nuts you giving him?
I'm giving him those crappy peanuts I won't eat.
I'm not saying that this is you, Iggy, and I hate to bring this up, but having a pet squirrel seems like big psychopath vibes.
No, not a pet squirrel. I'm not going to bring it inside, let him sleep with me.
Right.
But nice enough that it'll start eating out of my hand. I used to have him when I lived on the other side at the West Point apartments. It would come up to the patio and I'd like...
Oh, don't make that noise.
Little gerbils.
And it would jump up the tree and jump on the patio and to the point where it'd come in my living room and sit there and wait.
It came in the living room?
Yeah, I'd just go sit in the living room with the peanuts and it'd come in the patio, through the patio door into the living room and sit there and eat.
You left the door open for him?
Yeah, I opened it up.
Okay.
But this this one's getting close to eating out of my hand.
Mm. You worried about the rabies problem?
No, I read up on it. They don't... Once they know that you're not a threat, they're afraid of anything big. Big animal, anything bigger than them they're afraid of.
Reasonable.
But once they get used to you and they know you're not a threat, and they know you're feeding it, it's not going to bite you. It's just going to take the peanut or apple, whatever you want to feed it, and then just sit there and eat.
Oh, you're so massive.
I don't think they have big things.
Do you give him the whole peanut or do you take it out of the shell?
No, I let it crack it itself.
You let the squirrel crack it?
Yeah, they just bite off the top, bite around the side, and then take the peanut out and eat it.
They know how to do that.
Then they turn it around and do the other side.
All right. Okay.
That's the extent of my day.
You're kind of a nature lover. You're kind of a squirrel whisperer.
I do. There's times I just get a coffee. I'll get a Starbucks, go down to Creve Coeur Lake, and just sit on a bench and look at the water.
Yeah. Squirrels like you there, too?
I didn't see many squirrels there. A lot of dead carp.
Oh.
I think they're killing them. I think that's what they're trying to get rid of them. They're killing them.
Weaponized carp destruction?
They're doing something to the water to kill all these, because these carp are invasive, and they just want to kill them. So I was down a couple weeks ago. There's been about 100 of them just floating on the water.
No. Well,
that's all I got.
Okay, it was a nice little trip down to nature lane.
Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team's here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? Holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and top-notch facility and accommodation. It's Illinois Recovery Center online at illinoisrecoverycenter.com. Call 888-472-9559 or visit illinoisrecoverycenter.com. The IRC builds the unwavering determination to thrive beyond the shadows of the past. Go online at illinoisrecoverycenter.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email a Day.
Okay.
Bad news, Marvin Barnes refused to fly from Louisville at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on a flight that would get into St. Louis at 7:56 Central Time. Barnes said, I ain't getting in no time machine, and rented a car. But you know what is timeless, spanning all time zones? Tim McKernan's perfection. Today's hijacking sponsored by Liagra, because there ain't no way he was texting with Heidi Fleiss. But this email is about the first time I witnessed man-on-man cave diving. We were over at my buddy Cliff's house. Cliff's dad was changing the oil in his Ford Pinto. As he bent over the engine, we all liked what we were seeing, especially my buddy Butchie. Mr. McCormick asked if someone could hand him his socket wrench, and Butchie jumped at the chance. You can imagine Mr. McCormick's surprise when he had a handful of Butchie's lubed-up crankshaft. We all thought he was going to be mad until he just started nibbling on the tip, and then Cliff's dad yelled, "Why don't you guys just stand there and watch? Somebody join in." I didn't just pull my pants down for my health. With that, my other buddy Frank started to butt diddle him. Pretty hot, to the point where we all just started masturbating each other in a 7-guy circle jerk. When it was over, the cracks in the asphalt driveway were filled with our satchel syrup. That's from, I guess, a lady, Sofanda? And then her last name's Weenie.
Sofanda Weenie. She's new.
Hey guys, Director of Quantum Mechanics at MIT here. I was watching my alma mater, Missouri, play against A&M this weekend, and it sparked a new theory related to the time shift of escape velocity surrounding black holes. After some research, I discovered that if Mizzou loses to Buffalo but can beat Texas A&M and Debo Swinney's Clemson team, retroactively can then beat Georgia, then this would theoretically form a new black hole that could threaten the immediate St. Louis and Lima areas. My initial research shows that this new black hole would only be a minor one, or as we in the quantum physics community deem it, a tight but rewarding one, and that it would appear surrounded by a khaki-colored cosmic dust with an epicenter at 1 Memorial Drive. I want to stress that this is only a theory. It would only affect a portion of the local media market, so please don't panic at this time, but be especially cautious that Arkansas lose against Tennessee last weekend. Thanks, and be safe out there. It's from Greg, and then the last name is Slist?
Greg Sliced.
There's nothing at Memorial Drive anymore.
Not Channel 4 anyway.
What a rough stretch. Mizzou got stomped while dressed as stormtroopers, while the Missouri Chiefs and Royals won. Feels like this is the opposite of prominent winter holiday. At least Ben Affleck and Aaron Rodgers got randomly put on blast. Today's Al Pacino, if you will. This is why TMA is the Intercontinental HD2 champion. It's from Shooter McGavin, the vice president of the Collegiate Homecoming Dance Committees.
Shooter McGavin.
After hearing you guys spend an inordinate amount of time breaking down the Al Pacino-Bill Maher love triangle yesterday like a poor man's Hoosier TMZ, I've realized that I only enjoy TMA when most of the normal hosts take a day off. Hearing Ed practically run the show on his own today further drove home my theory that TMA is better when the regular hosts are not involved. Today's lead was tetherball, for crying out loud. So what do we do about it? Logical people would say, if you don't like it, don't listen. However, sad, pathetic brains don't work that way. I like to bitch and moan. I prefer to nitpick every single aspect of this show and anonymously whine about it on Reddit. Much like the Cardinals, it's time to shake up the current roster. Here's my dream TMA lineup. Marshy Marsh, Liv Maddox, Larry Nickel with ER blaring in the background, Frank Cusimano, and Matt Rocchio. And while you're at it, bring back Stedman to run the board because I'm sick of NBA boys crap. Take your life-size Jeff Van Gundy body pillow and scram.
Gosh.
I'm the JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
I was more of a Stan Van Gundy guy.
Yeah, you have been. And finally, Sadie Hawkins, Doug. The Tigers won on a Jim Dandy in Cleveland behind the pitching of Tarek Skubal and the ninth inning home run by Kerry Carpenter. Monday Night Raw was in town last night and pandered to Cardinals fans only for it to be met with booing and laughter. An Alabama superfan equated losing to Vandy to finding your wife in bed with a neighbor and put Kalen DeBoer on notice that they'll send a U-Haul to your ass if he loses to South Carolina. But I think the lead is that Iggy texted Heidi Fleiss just to check in on how she's doing since the government got her. This email is sponsored by Lifetime Fitness, where you can meet Doug in the steam room and where they don't have to close the hot tub because an old man crapped in it again. Ours is a type of presentation where middle-aged fathers of sorority girls feel free to drop in at any time and creep by proxy on the ex-girlfriend of Libby Jack's well-hung friend with the brown shirt. And then, as if it wasn't creepy enough, the creepy sorority father also felt free to invite Libby Jack and his lady friend to spend the night in his Como hotel room for homecoming this weekend so the creepy middle-aged father can watch Libby Jack sleep face down on his pillow. Speaking of homecoming, you want to hear about all these high school kids in their homecoming dresses I've been looking at on Facebook?
They show up. I'm going to go searching for them.
I'll take the ensuing awkward silence as a no. Okay, well, you want to talk some more about how that creep Bill Maher left a hotel in the early morning with Al Pacino's baby mama? What did Al Pacino think? I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet. Tarasenko, Braden Sheen, Petrangelo. These boys are mean. Opening day, that's what's up. The St. Louis Blues are coming for the cup. Doug, that's Buck Swope.
Oh, Buck Swope with a nice email this morning.
Yeah, for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Well, JV Golf Coach was kind of mean to us. He's giving us the business. Safanda Weenie was a little vile. So I'm going to go with Buck Swope.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer, Buck Swope.
Buck Swope has just won the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Now Jackson and I'll go deal with it.
Moment of truth now.
It isn't going to be easy.
You can wrap up the weekend.
Still going to wrap up the weekend?
No, we wrapped it up yesterday. We breaking down the same stuff.
Yeah, preview that Blues game, break down those lines.
Yeah, Blues and Kraken.
Yeah.
I mean, here we go.
What
5.5 hours away.
Yeah, 5.5. What about it'll be?
Oh, come on. Don't be so disappointed at the start of the hockey season.
What do you want me to say?
You're
What's there to break
excited
down?
about
It's
this.
Game one of
You flip back and forth, Jackson, between that and the Mets and Phillies.
Flip back and forth between that and Jeopardy.
Oh, I don't even know you anymore.
Who should the Cardinals draft with that draft pick they're going to get from Frisco when they sign Goldschmidt?
Ooh.
Is he a type 1 anymore? I don't know if he'd be a type 1 where you'd get a draft pick.
I don't know. I'll leave that for the experts.
Boy. Yeah,
Blues and Kraken.
There's your topic.
All right, Jackson, we're going to head out in the hallway. We're going to do our best with it, Doug. We have to.
Okay, you've got to do it.
Time for us to shut it down. For Jackson, Bennett Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth E. Strode, my brother Kevin, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, and Tim McCurran. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brian Krubin.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best